Hello and welcome back to the Blades and Banter. I'm joined today by Clayton Gates. And Clayton, I just want to first off share that I do have my Trader Joe's orange
And
slices
thank God.
and I have some roll gold pretzels for my snacks today because this is going to be a long one.
I know I have my Celsius. I'm almost done with it.
I have a
So
water.
the retro vibe, guys, it tastes like if you ever get
I
like
don't like
oh,
Celsius,
let
the
me turn that off.
caffeine. Like,
Well, I do like them, unfortunately. I don't drink one all at once. Like I like space it out throughout the day and like live
mhm.
off one. But the retro vibe tastes like you go to like a 7-Eleven and you put like all the like
Different
Slurpees
Slurpees
and it
together.
melts in the bottom. That's what it tastes like. That's kind of good. I love
I
it.
also have my stress gummies in case we get stressed
Oh,
out at all because there's been a lot going on in the skating world and I think there's a lot of people that are angry for various reasons. And what would be a better way for that to be amplified by World Championships where we have
mhm.
another controversy in a discipline
Mm,
and we have retirements and comeback skates
yeah.
and a whole lot.
I've
But
been avoiding the dumpster fire that is X.com this weekend. Like, A, to
been
avoid
a lot.
spoilers because I did watch behind a little bit, but I also just I from what I have seen, I was like I'm disengaging as the famous Dr. Holly of Dance Moms once said.
Love Dr. Holly. I
I'm
know that
disengaging.
reference.
Good, good, good.
I started listening to Nia's book on
Oh.
Spotify and she self-narrates it and I kind of think like her voice was like a little too monotone for me to like get engaged to it. So I
Hmm.
did only listen to 5 minutes of it, so I have not gotten the chance to read or listen to it yet.
Yeah, I'm
But
not a big fan of self-narration, even in the world of skating, Nolan.
oh, okay, first off before we get to that,
Yeah.
it was really funny. First off, shout out to Cam, who was like
Oh,
honestly
boots
insane this
on the
week.
ground journalism.
He applied to be get press credentials, but he applied like super late. So I don't know whatever happened to that. He
Hmm.
just like texted me one night and he's like, "Can I use like your name for like applying for press?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I like go for it. Like if you get it, you get
Yeah.
it. But he took all the practice videos for us,
Hmm.
was keeping us well informed of like what was happening. He came on to do a couple live shows with me. Um, he was like on it, and so the um during one of the episodes, he said something along the lines. He's like, I don't even know like how much Clayton has watched because like he would not been sending any messages at all.
Well, what I have to do is mute the group chat because I cannot. I get so upset if I get it's like a spoiler.
Well,
I
I
want to
sent
watch it all the time.
stuff with the like blurred
Invisible
filter.
ink.
I was considerate.
You were considered. There were some texts that because it would still come to the top of my like text list on my messages. So
Mhm.
there were some texts that I saw that were incriminating.
Did they
AKA,
not blur
I
them?
no, not the ones that weren't blurred. So like there was one that was like, I feel so bad for Amber, and I was like, shit. Like
Did I say
no,
that?
someone.
Ooh,
I think it was you who said it. I was like, no.
oops.
So
Sorry.
I wasn't. So whenever. So I did text. I was texting a little bit in real time when I was watching. So I saw the Amber spoil, and then I was watching Nina go, and she went pretty much clean, and I was like, no way, Nina bronze
Well,
medal.
Isabeau
Like
still had to go after her too. So he was
no,
like,
Isabel. Oh, you're right. But I
because
just
Nina
had.
was fifth. But yeah,
Oh, it was after. It was
after
after
the short.
Isabeau. It was after Isabeau. Then I texted that whenever Isabeau went
Yes,
behind Nina
yes,
because I was
yeah.
like, I know that it doesn't go well for Miss Amber. And
It's okay. You
it's.
caught up. You caught up and eventually watched everything. So
I
we
know.
can't blame
Dance
you.
and all. Dance and all.
And you know, I would love to dive right into the controversy, but I really want to get the pairs over with
Hmm.
because I'm gonna be honest, like the pairs event was like really nice, but it also was really boring at the same time.
Yeah, let's get into it.
There were a lot of good moments for specific teams. I think the two highlights for me actually of the pair event weren't even the medalists. I think it was Leah and Trent getting the bronze medal, and then
Hmm.
Yuna and God, I always forget what his name is. Sumitada.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
Nagaoka and Moriguchi got
Yeah.
the finished in fourth and had a fantastic. They got a small medal
Yeah.
in the
Huge, huge,
free
huge for
skate.
them. And it's such a redemption after the Olympics not making the free there. Which is so sad because I really, really love their skating and their carriage. And you
Hmm.
can tell that it's just like textbook Japanese skating skills that are just so it's timeless.
And
It's
I
just
think
so enjoyable to watch.
they have like more complex programs to me than
Hmm.
definitely I think the Georgians for sure.
Oh, absolutely. The transitions, the lift dismounts are so insane. The one where she like the basket catch and then like throws her again and like she does like a twist and a half or something. Oh my God. So
Yeah.
good.
And for, I mean, Leah and Trent, my God, like we knew they had the potential. Like after they were at the Olympics, they did so well in the shore program. You knew they had the potential to do it, but they had really struggled this year with being able to put out like a very
Hmm.
solid, clean long. They did it
Hmm.
in the team event where it was pretty solid there, and then struggled in the individual event, and then came here and had probably like one of their best showings I would say ever. And to
Yeah.
be the second Canadian team in the past like 3, 4 years to get a medal at a World Championships is like a huge deal for them, especially now with like the rise and kind of where we're seeing Canadian skating is going. Obviously, like we don't
Hmm.
know exactly what's going on with DNMX if they'll be continuing, but I think Leah and Trent at this point are the top Canadian pair team for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It does depend on like what who stays and who doesn't in the next season, but like I think that this motivates and lights a fire for Trent and Leah to bring their A game and stay that number one Canadian team in the next season.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at kind of all the teams, we'll get into some of the other ones as we kind of move along, but
Hmm.
looking at some of these other teams, I try to think who exactly you think is continuing, who you think could be moving on. I mean, you got to think like obviously the Germans would probably be continuing as well as the
Hmm. I
Georgians.
think the Hungarians should stay and
Yeah,
will
I think
stay.
Leah and Trent will continue at this point.
Nagalka, Morguchi.
Efimova, Mitrofanov, I feel have a future, continuing. Some teams that I'm kind of unsure about, I would definitely say like Hawk and Kunkel.
Hmm.
I think they probably might continue, but I don't know if it's necessarily gonna kind of ebb them any different results. Chen and Hao did indicate that they are continuing
Okay.
in their press conference after their free skate. And my God, that did you catch their free skate?
I did catch the free skate and I that so the news that they were continuing was
A little
it was
shock for
shocking. It
you.
was shocking.
Um, and they had a really good, I mean, not a really good short, but they were scored
It was
very well in the
solid.
short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was like, okay, hope is a dangerous thing. We have hope.
I just wonder like how much they were training after the Olympics because they weren't the first alternates for Worlds,
Mm-mm.
um, and now I did talk about this on our live show, but Audrey Shin and Balaj Naj both officially
Split.
um split. It was
Mhm.
confirmed by Audrey on a statement on her Instagram.
Via Instagram stories. That's I love when I get my news via Instagram stories.
Did she do it on a story or was it a post? I think it was a story.
Maybe it was a great.
It could have been a post. I don't remember.
I think it was well, the format of it was like blank screen, white,
It was
like
black,
writing,
white
yeah,
text.
like which is
And
like
when it's
that's so
that,
story
when
vibes
you
to
see
me.
that though, you know it didn't go like
It's
when
just
you see like it
not.
did not go
It's
down well,
no, no. Well, I
but
kind of want to go back to the other Americans,
yeah,
Efimova and Mitrofanov. And I had high hopes for them going into this because of,
you thought they were gonna
I
medal.
thought so. And they had the time to train. They had, which obviously I don't know the de nitty-gritty details and logistics of what went down there, but I think maybe the pressure or something like that, just of like wanting to prove themselves so much post Olympics and not being able to go.
I feel like they were kind of exactly who we thought they were as a team here. Like they're
Mm,
gonna go out and like they may hit a triple toe in the short or they may not. And then
well,
they may have a like sketchy throw after that, or it might be a really beautiful throw. And like they're
mhm,
very like 50-50 for me on all the throwing and jumping elements.
mhm,
Um, like they're on when they're on, they're really on.
mhm,
But when they're off, it's like a fight on every single thing. And I just
mhm,
feel that the material that they put out this year didn't really make me look at them like any different than any of these other pair teams, which is unfortunate because I do feel they have that like intrinsic it factor that
Hmm.
makes you watch them more than some of these other top teams, you know?
Yeah, I mean they still finished top six, which is
Which is very
awesome.
pretty good.
Great, great, great. I think, but low key, do feel like it is a just a small step back. And you mentioned I wasn't betting on the side by sides. I was a little shocked about the throws. I think when I'm watching her throw, like Efimo's throws compared to other girls, she's really loose in the air.
She's yeah, not
And
super
it,
tight on like the in the air position, but I
mm,
think because I think she has much more height, so that kind of
mm,
allows her to compensate for having a little bit of a looser air
yeah.
position. They get a lot of height and distance, I feel, on the throws compared to some of these other teams. And sometimes she's a little bit tight on the checkout on the landings, and that's when you see a lot of 2 foot or
Hmm.
kind of those like +1, +2 throws versus like the threes and fours that we see from some of these other teams. But I mean, they didn't do bad poorly here. You know, like they were still
No.
six. They were only 3 points off of the Hungarians, 7 points off of fourth. Like, you know, that's a couple elements here and there landed
Hmm.
better. So I mean, it's not like they performed poorly, but I think um definitely like not the performance they would have expected or wanted out of
Hmm.
themselves, you know?
Hmm. Absolutely.
Um, I guess we could talk about some of the top two teams because we haven't really
Yeah.
covered them as much.
Where should we go? Let's do Georgians next.
Oh, I was gonna ask you how you felt about your girl because you're not a Minerva fan.
Okay, this is not true. This is fake news,
Clayton, you've been
Nolan.
like a Minerva hater all
I have
year,
never once in my life said I hate Minerva or I
but
think that
you've
I want
doubted
her to do
her
bad.
and you have not
Doubting,
respected her
doubting is
and
doubting is a
him.
valid word. Doubting is valid. I don't think about I don't like I've not respected her. I have a lot of respect for a
Any pair
mother.
girl?
She's a mother. Yes, and
Okay.
Minerva is a mother. And she did her job. She did the thing. And
He kind of made a, ugh, those, first off, this team, I always expect there to be like one mistake in a program, I feel at this point.
see, I'm not crazy.
You're not. I also have to tell you something. That free skate, I think it was like way better earlier in the year, and I really think it died here. Even though they did everything, it just kind of felt like it died,
It's never sung to me the way that I think they wanted it to, and the way that like, Benoit's music video at the beginning of the season
which was
implied,
insane. It was
which
so good.
it's so no, it's it kind of oversells it a little bit. So maybe we should get rid, maybe no more music videos, maybe no more
Why didn't
teasers.
Emily and Vadim get a music video?
Right. Wait,
Maybe if you
can we?
don't get a music video, the program's really good.
We're gonna get into this more, but speaking of, since we're talking about Benoit and Emmy and the
Oh,
Germans,
yes.
This is Benoit's worlds,
I didn't realize Benoit was Czech, you know,
like
like
crazy, crazy. And it's funny because I remember like getting into the sport and like Benoit was like this kind of like campy choreographer who like some people really a few people really liked and most people were
I've
like
always
this is
stand.
you have always been around but there was a lot of people were kind of like this is kind of like kitschy chuggy but like I think something that is a testament to Benoit is that I think he's taken this feedback and has learned and had so much more experience over these like past two quads
Hmm.
um and has really found his zone and I think and has now I would venture to say garnered his own political power
First
in the
off,
sport.
he won choreographer of the year.
Oh, see, Nolan, you know I did not watch those awards.
I didn't either, but I saw who won. I saw who won on Twitter, okay?
I mean,
Your
I
daughter
think
got newcomer of the
he
year.
deserved it. Wait, which one? Emmy?
Ami.
Ami. Emmy's not, no, Emmy's a mutual, not, yeah. Ami got
She's not a
newcomer?
daughter.
No, Emmy's like,
I
if
said
we're,
Ami.
yeah, Ami is a daughter.
Okay.
No, no.
She's not your daughter. You were like on her train earlier in the year.
sh like I believed in her. I don't know if I'm like
You didn't adopt her.
she's not in the Gates household, but
Okay.
she is like I do respect and I had high hopes for her.
Who is in the Gates household?
Laura Nakigumin.
Okay. Is that the only like woman you have?
Uh Adam Hagara.
That's not a woman.
Uh, Okay, let me th
We'll come back.
Nina Pinzerone might be
Yeah,
in the
that's
House of
fair.
Gates.
That's fair.
Hmm.
Is
Hmm.
that all?
Who's there might be someone like outside on the patio, maybe.
Okay. We'll come back to
I'll
this.
think about it. I'll have
This
to
is a
think
come.
about it. Yeah, yeah.
Um, wait, back to Minerva. Back to Minerva and Nikita. Um, I don't know, just like it was a good end of the year for them. I think it was nice to see them. I knew they were gonna that Sao cow. They one of them always has a mistake on the triple Sao cow.
Hmm.
No matter like which program it is, one of them's gonna have a mistake on it. And if they do it together, it's like a miracle at this point, you
It's
know?
so well, they both made a mistake on the Sal and the free, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think he did a double, and then I think she did
Stepped
like a two and
out.
a half or something, or
Hmm.
almost did three. I don't remember exactly, but um, I mean, great for them
Hmm.
to get their first world title. They're
Yeah, very huge.
definitely,
Because they were third and second before that. So it's a nice little
mhm,
graduation.
yeah, and they have to figure out like what they're going to do with their training situation. Apparently, like there's a whole circumstance surrounding like whether or not they're going to continue based on like if they have a rink to train at or something or funding or something like that in that regard. So it's unclear where they're going to move. I would bet to say that they figure it out and have something lined up to train at next year so that they can be competitive, and they're both pretty young. I think they're both like 25-ish,
They're
26.
yeah, they're our age.
They're 26.
The-
They're both 26. So we're not
Wow.
26 clean. Thank you. Don't age us.
Oh, I turn it this year,
When?
December. I have time.
Okay. Well, I'll be 26 before you. So
Wait, oh my gosh, you're so
I
old.
know. I'm shut up.
Is that a gray?
I know. It's a gray.
Is
So
that why you're
much.
dyeing your hair blonde to hide the grays?
No, I'm highlighting it. It's not
Uh-huh.
blonde. It's a highlight.
Uh-huh.
But Metelkina and Berlava, I'm gonna be honest, like they just like I don't know, these two teams like both skated very well, and I think like the deficiencies between or kind of not the deficiencies, but the areas of where I see the difference between the Germans and the Georgians is a lot in the program construction.
Hmm.
Even though Benoit did do their free skate for them, I think there is um holes in their skating where you see it's a lot more 2 foot. There's not as much complex
Hmm.
transitions, and sometimes the program storyline just kind of feels incohesive. Like,
Oh, I have no idea what's going on in that free.
yeah,
No
like
idea.
I really just never knew what they were trying to portray across the
And
ice.
because I think the beginning, like I think the costuming makes like actually no, I don't think the costuming makes any sense because like there's a phone ringing, but we're in this like bright blue, and I think it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like kind of like more sad, but it's kind
I
of
don't know
like I
what the
don't.
music was either. Like it just none of it fit together. It
And
just
at
felt
the
so
end, it
weird.
got to some like kind of like
Like,
folky moment, and
yeah.
I was like, okay.
Um,
But
and
I
they,
still love my girl Metalkina. She's
yeah, she's great. I liked their bolero.
I do. Her packaging, like I think that's just what packaging matters, and this is a testament to why it matters because she goes out there and she looks like $1 million,
Mhm.
and it isn't. You don't have to be doing transitions if you're like looking the judges dead in the eyes, and you
They have
look.
an aura where they can get away with doing nothing. You
Hmm.
know, like they have the aura that I think like allows them to skate on 2 feet for at least 3 minutes
Hmm.
of a program, and like no one cares. Like it's just because when they're hitting everything, the quality is so high.
Hmm.
Cam did say that in person his lifts are not as scary.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
but I will say they do have a lot of issues. I feel like this year consecutively with the death spiral levels. I feel like
Mm.
that's been a recurring theme for them. They're normally getting like a two or a one. They got a one here in the death spiral. So just a little bit sloppy with some of the points, and
Because is
that
she doing the front outside?
she's doing a back outside death
Okay,
spiral.
back outside.
So, um, yeah, and the outside death spiral is a little bit more difficult than the
Hmm.
inside.
Hmm.
The outside is the one that looks like when you're peeing, like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're a
the
dog.
leg kick, yeah.
So, it's just actually wait, I think the inside one might be more difficult. I always forget.
No, the inside because you're like,
Hold on. I'm gonna check. So whatever one Deanna Stellato did is the more difficult one. It might be the inside, and I might have just completely misspoke.
I feel like it's the outside is harder.
Forward, outside. Oh, Deanna does the forward, outside
That's what's
best row.
hard.
That's the hard. The back outside is not as difficult as the forward outside. It's the forward outside one.
Is
Okay.
forward inside? What's the ranking? Is it forward, inside, back,
Bro, I don't
outside,
have
back?
the base values up right now.
You should come on.
I'm
What
not
kind of
Megan
podcast is
Duhamel.
this?
I'm not Megan Duhamel. I don't know the pair base values off the top of my head. Now,
We
if
need
you
to
want to
have
know
her
what a triple
on.
Lutz base value is, I can tell you what that
I do
is.
know that
You
one.
know? So,
5'9"
but
baby.
yeah. Okay. Um, where do you
Is
want
that?
to do we have anything else for the
I think
pairs?
that's our closing remarks for pairs, is that
I'm
we
gonna
don't
check.
know the base values for
Oh,
the.
Pavlova and Sviatchenko, I think let this get away.
Oh, oh
They
yeah.
had a world medal, I think, like in their grasp and just too many
hmm
mistakes overall.
I think they
Um,
knew that too. I think they
yeah,
felt that pressure.
but I think
Wait, would you have had Trent and Leah second?
I could see the argument. I do remember people were upset at the time. I can see the argument, but I do think Trent and Leah also have a little bit of vacancies in their program. And the
hmm
free, not as much in the short.
They have more of the classy look,
Hmm.
which I
It
think
did feel
yeah.
like on some of their elements, like they were holding on to like everything.
hmm
They don't rack up as much GOE as Metalkina and Berlava do, like on the throw, twist, and
hmm
jumps. So I'm not like hell pressed on it,
Right.
but I could
hmm
see a couple teams to finish out that I really loved here. The Armenians are just really joyous to watch.
hmm
Their programs may not be like the best, but their
They're
throws,
fun.
yeah, they're fun. Their throws are really good. The Chinese, I think, Zhang and Huang also maybe a little bit of an underperforming here, especially given the numbers that we've seen them post earlier in the year. They've been in the high 190s at some points this year, so they could have been fighting for like a top eight position, top seven.
hmm
Um, but just he had too many mistakes on the side by side jumps that kind of held them back. And then a lot of people really were excited to see the Swiss team and think Cam thinks they have like Papadakis Cizeron quality, which I thought was crazy to say,
Oh,
but
for okay, for a
for a
pairs.
pair, yeah, I don't know. But I think they have a lot of potential for the future. I mean, a top 10 finish in their first worlds is very nothing to scoff at. So,
Yeah, are they first year senior? Or they
yes.
okay, question mark.
No, they were at Worlds last year.
Okay.
They were at Worlds last year, but they were junior. They were mixed. They did junior and senior last year.
Okay.
They didn't get to go to Worlds or the Olympics because one of them doesn't have citizenship. I don't know
Mm,
which one doesn't have citizenship, but I do know that one of them didn't have it. So
okay.
that's why they could not go. And then McBeath and Parkman did fair for themselves at their first Worlds. They apparently are also continuing. So
Great
we'll
for
see how
them.
that pans out.
All right.
Okay. Where do you want to go to
God
next?
almighty. We're
We're gonna have to
due.
pause in the middle of
Uh,
this, I feel.
what should we save? What do we want to do last?
I don't know. What do you want to end the year on?
Should we end
Think
the year
about it
on
that way.
Kaori Sakamoto? Is kind of how I want to end the
That's a good
year.
way to end the year. Okay, so
hmm
then the men or the dance.
Let's go men dance. Let's split up the couple
Okay, we'll split
disciplines.
up the couple. All right, so the men. This was surprisingly a weirdly good event.
Oh, yeah. I
I didn't have a
really
lot of faith in the men after the short, but they really delivered.
it was there was highs, there were lows. There was like, some fun surprises. We laughed, we danced, we cried, we got shot. Do you know that reference? I think it's Gwyneth Paltrow. Look that one up.
Okay. Who do you want to begin with? Oh, I think we could begin with our DNQ, Calmira.
Oh yeah, let's go there. Wait,
I think
D&Q with the 71 at Worlds is like wow.
Oh wait, you know it's also another DNQ basically? The second Korean man for next year at Worlds.
Oh
Because none of
God.
their men made it to the free skate here. So
S- So,
Min Kyu and
oh
Jun
God.
will be battling for the one spot.
That is, and which will be fun to watch, great for the viewers, but
Great
I
for the
really
viewers.
want both of them to be, they both of them deserve to be there for
They
sure.
do. And well, apparently June's like doing his like military conscription right now.
Okay.
He has to shave his hair.
I heard, I don't, I feel like
What are we gonna do when June shows up? Like, is he gonna post like a little like kind of like a mug shot after
he
the
should.
conscription and
I
be
don't
like,
know.
I'm done?
That would be funny. Well, okay, he should after he gets done, he should like bleach blonde, like bleach blonde. That could be a fun look for him.
I don't know
And
about that.
and then like mullet.
Maybe not.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it for him.
I'm not seeing the vision for
I
June,
see the
but
vision.
June with short hair will be crazy to see.
I think he's a
He'll pull
very
it off,
great looking
but
man. He'll
it'll
pull it
be like
off.
it'll be a con. I mean, you know who also got a haircut?
Ilia Malinin.
Ilia Malinin.
Thank God.
Hey, you know his mom took him like the day before World. She came to him and she's like, "We're cutting your hair."
He needed that. He needed the rebrand. He need and it's the long hair. I think he just looks more
It's
refined.
like much more
If
like kept.
and it fits his face shape. His like solo shot for that they put up on the screen was great. One of the
Yeah, I
best. I
think the
was like,
short hair like is a good look for him.
yeah,
But
he
okay,
should keep
back to
that.
Cal.
Okay, no more hair.
I think it's kind of over for him
I because
with
what?
with
Yeah,
Rio
yeah.
moving up
No,
and
the
now
new
like
crop. This new quad is like a factory reset for Japan, I think.
and like I don't see Shun and Yuma like slowing down to a point where
Are
Cal
we?
can like
Are they both confirmed staying?
I don't know, but I think that there's no reason for them to not continue.
Mm-mm. Especially after the skate that Yuma had, I think.
Yeah. And just like the way that Cal skates throughout like each year, he's so inconsistent on everything
Hmm
that I just kind of see the drop, like especially if Rio like comes out and is like super consistent next year, like I could see him even taking over like a Shun and like rivaling Yuma
Oh, I think so. He could be number one.
if he adds in like all the technical difficulty, you know.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna need like 5 quads.
Well, I don't I think he only needs like three or four
Well,
and just
Yuma
be
has
and be
3.
but be consistent. I think Yuma, I don't doubt that he'll peak at the right time, but I think that he's getting older. He has to now like I don't see him adding more difficult content.
I think he's gonna need at least 4 or 5 to contend with
He'll do
In Ilia.
two sows, a toe, and a Lutz. No, he does flip.
He does let's
Maybe.
in flip now. He's landed both.
And
But I mean
loop.
landing, oh yeah, he has done the loop too. Landing them in practice, I would like to see like what the consistency rate is that of that element is
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not like that's something he's gonna like incorporate into the program, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I just before we get into like some of the top men, that was my kind of thought is I feel like Calmira is like I mean, a lot can change, but I think it's kind of telling that like he's on his way out. I think of
Mm-hmm.
like being a top Japanese man at the international scene.
Wait, okay, I have something to say before we get move up in the rankings.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Adam Solia has like a monopoly over the like random European men from like
Well, because
smaller
like
fetish.
he's like the big European choreographer, like him and
Yeah.
Benoit are like the two
Yeah.
you go to in Europe, you know?
Uh-huh. I just like I didn't realize I just didn't realize that until this Worlds when I
You
just
didn't
said it. And
realize?
I know who Adam Solia is. I know that I just didn't like I was like, wait, he's there again. Oh, he's there again. Oh, he's there again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has a lot of he choreographs a lot of programs. He does Luna, he did Gubanova for a couple, and the women. He does a lot for
Mhm.
the women. Trying to think, who does he do for the men? I'm trying to remember. Does he do
A
Hagaras?
lot of people. Um Not, I don't think he does Hagara. It was so many people that you could probably just throw a pen and be like, yeah, you probably get it right.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you want to begin with like some of the top men? Do we want to work our way up, like from the bottom up?
Yeah, well, you could start with
I think
our sons,
who's our sons?
Andreas and Adam. Is
Oh,
that too far down for you?
I'm gonna be honest, Clayton. It's a little too far down for me.
Okay.
You can share a moment if you want. You can share a moment.
No, I think they both Adam had like like he took out his quad toe,
I did see
and
that. Yes.
so and then his scratchy landings in the short had him lower than he had hoped, and then I think he had a more redemptive
Free.
free. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's good.
So
I was thinking we could start with like Jacob Sanchez.
okay, someone who kind of like I've always kind of liked, but really grabbed my attention this world was Vladimir Samoilov from Poland.
Yeah, he is a nice quality to his
hmm
skating.
I really love that short program. He has such a presence and he
I
commands.
know Cam was loving the short.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. What did
He
he has
got
a
a 77.
okay. He has a big quad sow when it's on, but
He do the Lutz too, I think.
he did it in the free, but he went down
Yes.
on in the free, I believe. Or
Yeah.
yeah. No, he
Um,
landed that went down on the sow.
okay.
Yeah.
But Jacob Sanchez, for me,
Yeah.
I thought he had a fantastic debut Worlds here.
Absolutely, he did.
Um, apparently he landed a quad sow in the practice,
Oh, that's huge.
like a clean rotated quad sow. I didn't get a video of it, but
hmm
that's what we've been told. Um, you know, given the circumstances of kind of everything that's been going on for him this year, like it was amazing at US Nationals, went to
hmm
Junior Worlds, maybe not the most optimally primed for Junior Worlds, given like the fact that he was at the Olympics for a good majority of the time, not 100% training, then taking some time off after Junior Worlds, kind of not assuming that he's going to Senior Worlds, Jason
hmm
pulls out, Max declines the spot,
hmm
and Jacob gets the call while he's skiing. Um,
hmm
basically almost two clean programs. He popped the single
Yeah.
axle, but top 12 and putting up scores almost 250.
Yeah.
Like that's a very respectable score for him.
Especially the 85 in the short. If you think about like even like a clean Jason Brown, like he would get like an 86, 87, 88 range
He
for
would get if he was clean, he's gotten around like 95, 96 before with the clean short, Jason. But that's with like
clean,
that's
clean.
prime Jason,
I'm
like
thinking
plus
like
three
Axel
fours.
Q.
Yeah, maybe like an 88. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does kind of fill a little bit of like the Jason Brown hole a little bit in the same
What
way.
did oh what did he say? I'm losing blanking on the commentator's name now, and we talk about him all the time.
Mark,
Mark Henready. He made that comparison. He was like, it's kind of funny that like Jacob Sanchez is replacing a skater who is very has a lot of similarities to him.
he does. They do both
hmm
have very like strong base technical triples.
Strong back, like just the posture and the carriage,
Hmm.
and he knows what to do with his limbs, and he projects well, and he strikes me as very ambitious, like happy-go-lucky, like just is happy to be out there.
Yeah.
It's not
He
like a
didn't, I didn't
stressful
look like he was
thing.
fearing anything. Like,
Right. Yeah.
there's some skaters where I think we saw like had a little bit of a fear of what they were doing. He
hmm
was someone that I think kind of just was, had that like joyful bliss of not being unaware of where he actually is.
hmm
And to be fair, like, think about it. He's really set himself up well for this next squad.
For
I mean,
sure.
you look at the world ranking right now, he's 18 in senior men for world ranking, and he hasn't really done a full senior year yet.
Yeah, that's huge.
Um, next year we'll see him on the Grand Prix circuit for
hmm
sure. He's, did you see that one article where Ilya Malinin said that he might just skip worlds next year?
No.
He said he's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go. And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, if he doesn't go, because I think he should do Dancing with the Stars and skip next year. We'll get to it.
He needs that. He needs
I really
that.
want him to skip the skating season and do Dancing with the Stars.
I think a one season off would do him a lot of good.
Yeah. But I was thinking when he said that, I was like, that could be like, this could be like Jacob Sanchez's year
hmm
if, like there's no Ilya. I mean, Andrew Torgashev did say like he's going home and he's adding quads though to his repertoire,
I would
which,
like to see it. I would
yeah.
like to see it.
But
Good for him. I like his packaging. I like after seeing like the short program costume and it's kind of like fabric heavy. I like seeing him in the blue, just kind of more sleek look. I'm getting down to like costuming details, but I like his free program a little bit better, I think.
I wasn't like, I think both of the programs that he had this year were fine. Neither one of
Mm,
them, I think, screamed senior. You know, like the short programs like the umbrellas and
a
like
Sherbrooke, yeah.
everyone's done that 50 million
Mm-hmm.
times. And then the short program or the free skate was like the Adam Xiaohua knockoff program.
The knockoff.
I
Okay.
mean, it was.
Valid, valid.
But I think for him, like he's also very young. I think exploring different choreographers this summer, I would have him do two different choreographers, one for one short and one
Mm-hmm.
long. Have him
Mm-hmm.
explore a variety of dance styles this summer, kind of figure out what fits him. And I want him to do like two contrasting styles for different programs.
Who are you sending him to for choreo?
Okay, so
I'm thinking David, like David Wilson.
I would do, honestly, I don't know how much choreography he still does anymore, but I would send him actually to Tom Dixon for a program.
Mm,
I don't know if he like still does a bunch of choreo. We haven't seen him as much, but
yeah.
I think Tom Dixon could work some
Ooh,
wonders for
what about like a
him.
Jeff Buttle?
A Jeff Buttle could be
That I
cool.
wonder. Yeah, I wonder if he's.
What we're gonna do this summer, Clean, I don't know if I've told you this,
We've said a
but
lot.
we're gonna do repackaging videos for skaters.
Oh, this was my idea.
Yes.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't know if I told you? This is my idea.
Well, I talked to a lot of people about it over the past week.
Oh, I got you
I have
excited.
a lot of people that are
I had you
interested in like
jolly.
collaborating and doing stuff. So,
Well, you'll have to run it by me first.
okay, but we're gonna do, anyways, we're gonna do like a repackaging series. We're gonna do like, I think maybe like two skaters like every couple weeks or something.
Okay.
And I think we're basically gonna be like restyling them. It's not like, and it's not like to a diss on the skater. It's just like this
No,
is how
no.
what we would do with this skater and like how we would package them. It's never gonna be a diss. It's gonna be like just a cool simulation.
And we can do this in like a Google Slides. We can make a mood board for
Make it really
each person.
beautiful.
Like I
Yes.
make one for you, well, the same. You make one. Like can't
Yeah,
like
we
we
could
all
have
make a
two
little mood
contrasting
board
styles.
and
Yeah.
we like skip. Yeah.
And we're gonna pick like what choreographer we would do, kind of
The
inspiration, the
music, the
music
costuming,
in
color
yeah.
scheme,
Hmm.
the vibe,
So
the aura.
the or the vibe. So
So you're welcome. Again,
sorry.
let's
Thank you.
can I trademark that?
Trademark Tiamat. Um, maybe we could put Jacob Sanchez on it.
Let's put them on it. Let's throw. It should be like some like up and coming names. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I have one for Ilia already, so I would love to do Ilia.
Okay. Wait, we should do yeah like one. Should we do one from each discipline for each episode? Like one.
Oh, that would be perfect.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Okay. I feel like we wrapped up Jacob Sanchez. Really good first showing.
That was lovely. He got his
You
flowers.
got a long time. Um, Andrew did a good job.
Yeah, he
I don't think he
did.
fell apart. Like, I think that's something you would, I think for him, like getting through that long program after what happened at Worlds last year was going to be like a big deal for him. And
Hmm.
for the most part, like, I think like he did his job. He was top 10, got the scores with Ilia to get the three spots that they don't need, but they have now. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Good for him. I mean, left went to the table with some pops, but
Yeah,
hey, it is
it's
great.
been
Had
a
a
long
great,
season.
been a long season. Great short program. Great way to end. We got the three
He got the
spots.
pizza. He posted like the day before the long. He said, "I'll see you in 24 hours." And then like 2 hours after the long program, he posted a picture of his pizza.
hmm
So he was
Wait,
committed.
it's comforting to know that if either Andrew or Jacob weren't there,
Yes.
either way, we'd have gotten
Yeah.
the three spots. So
Nika had like some mistakes in the short program, but pulled up with a decent long, uh,
yeah, not his.
not
He
his
was definitely
best
hoping for
showing though.
more. He was
Yeah.
definitely hoping for more. Letting down Mr. Terry.
Well, sometimes men do that, you know?
She's known to have a
A
man let her.
disappointing
But
man.
she's always happy. She's always nice to them about it.
She
Unlike the
is.
girls.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
What continent is Lucas going to visit next
Oh
year?
God. Well, like here's the thing is that
He's running out of options. Like
he's
we've
airing out jobs, and there's it's also like the ones it's like what is it? It's like general Oriental is the like what is it's like Oriental something is what the
I
name
don't
of the
know what it
music
was. I
is.
don't know what it was, but it
It's
was
not
so
specific
bad.
enough to, I would say, a region for me to say like where it is from.
I'm looking it up. Ready? Journey through the Orient.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I'm gonna read you the
problematic.
music. Ready?
I think that's problematic.
Eastern intro. Shadows over Persia.
Okay,
Ancient
Persia's a little bit more
Middle
specific.
Eastern female vocal. Middle Eastern. Epic Middle Eastern vocal trailer.
Okay. Well,
Um,
I can get as someone who studied global studies, I can get to in a whole like rant about like m- the Middle East, and it's like that's Eurocentric, and we can get into a whole thing about it. But it's we're yeah, it's generic Southwest Asian music.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a fan of this program all year. I thought he should have brought the Africa program back so many times, and I kind of wish he did. Um, I guess like the only continent, he has a couple continents left. So you got to think he's got Australia.
Oh God, he's like going out to the bush. Like what music? Like what music are you
I don't
doing
know.
for the bush?
So also apparently like in some other continents, like North and South America are like considered one.
Oh,
Like some countries consider them one continent.
well, as North Americans, I feel
As
like
North America, so
we
we
don't do
consider it
that.
too. But
Yeah.
so he has South America and North America. But I
That'd be a
would,
little bit more like diverse if he did them separately. So,
yeah, I would heavily suggest like not doing North America. I feel
like,
like
what do
there's not a
you
lot of culture for
like?
him to like,
What do you do
what
for
is
North
North American
America? Well,
culture
it'd be a
like
medley. It'd be a medley. We have Canada, U.S., and then like
Mexico?
Mexico, Guatemala, Belize.
That's central.
No, it's still well, it's still North America.
Okay.
Hmm.
But um I don't know what he would do. If I were him, I think I would do Australian,
That could be
but I don't
fun.
know what
He
he would do.
like is it insensitive to say like we have like a kangaroo pouch or something? Is that
I
bad
don't
to
know. I
say?
have
I don't
no
know what I can
idea.
say about
I don't know what
Australia.
I think maybe he could pick he needs to go
He needs to
visit.
steer
He
away
has to
from
so
Aboriginal
okay.
culture.
Well, yes. But first off, here's what he has to do. He has to take a vacation there for like 3 weeks to like
He has to
feel
immerse
it.
himself with Australian choreography, just like Gubanova did with her
And with
Bollywood program.
India.
Yes.
Yeah. Because remember he said he like went to Africa, like he went there after the vacation and he was like so inspired, you know?
Yes.
So he has to vacation wherever he's gonna go do the program.
You know what would be nice? He could do like a nice, he could go visit New York City and do a nice Frank Sinatra program for the short.
I'm good with him not doing Frank Sinatra. That's like so Maurice could like Maurice could just
Yeah.
really like I can't. Remember when he did the Frank Sinatra and he didn't end with My Way?
Oh, how sad. Yeah.
Anyways, his actual skating, he needs to really like clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot
Yeah.
of mistakes and I know he's like up there in age, like he's not young. I mean, he's 28. Like that's a little bit
That's
of age
senior
for
for
senior.
skating.
Yeah. So if he wants to continue and like com be more competitive on like the European men's stage, I think
Mhm. Well, it's like sixth worlds. Like
he's
he's
been
been on the
around for a
block.
while. Yeah. He's definitely gonna have to clean it up. I don't know what his plans are,
Mhm.
but
I think well when you watch his technique with especially with the arms on the quad toe and arms on a lot of his toe
they're a
jumps,
little like outs like you're a
he
little wide.
swings them really wide on the takeoff and then wraps them in to get he I think that helps with his height too. I think he just relies a little bit too much on his arms for that rotation and height. Um
He has some scary like jump entrances too, like the
mm,
triple loop and the triple flip at the end of during the programs. Like he's a little short and a little too compact, I feel, on the triple flip, where he does the Mohawk entry, but it kind of feels
it's
like
sweet. The
he's
axis,
really
yeah.
choppy on the
Hmm.
pick into it, and it feels a little short. And then always on the loop, I feel like his edge is always swinging a little bit too much on the entrance to the
Hmm.
loop. But There's just some jumps that I feel like are a little scary for him. The quad toe I feel always is a little bit volatile.
It's dicey, yeah.
Yeah. Um, all right, I'll let you go. Where do you want to go next?
I mean, I guess we're going with the Pope.
Yeah. He got Italy 2 spots.
He did get Italy 2 spots, so great for him. I think honestly the best quad lutz and quad loop that we've seen from him opening in the free, I think.
Yeah, they
I
were
mean,
fine.
which is saying like the bar isn't. I'm not saying
The
the bar
bar
is
isn't high for
high.
Daniel Grassall, you know.
But they did go and review those jumps
Did they
and
get an under rotation call? I didn't like look at the
Q on the Lutz, under on the loop, Q on the axle, pop the sow. Yeah. Oh, and you're having orange slice.
continued
So,
to eat a little bit.
yeah, I think it was a par skate for him, I would say. And I think he was hoping for more. I don't have much else to say about Daniel Grassel. I think he had his season
He did. He got some like big moments. Like he did well on the Grand
early.
Prix.
Yeah.
He got the Grand Prix final medal. I mean, he's an Olympic bronze medalist this year. I mean,
True.
he's had a
True.
fantastic season. He
Yeah.
got the spots for Italy next year. So I'm sure it'll be him and either Nikolai Memela
He's
or
he's
someone
still
else.
Italy's most trustworthy man at this point.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Um,
it's easy to get, I think it's easy to have high hopes for a skater like Daniel when you start the season, you go to Grand Prix where you might have not have everyone there
uh
and you just kind of show up and do your thing and you just are impressive because it's not worlds. You know what I'm saying? And then it just like kind of like, it is shocking because I in my head had him like higher. Like I thought he would place higher.
Maybe like top six, but I think
Yeah,
eighth is
yeah.
fair.
Eighth is great. I mean, eighth is so good.
Okay, here's the thing though, when you're talking about like how his placements were,
Hmm.
I think there were some men here that really overperformed above him that
Let,
you
let's talk
didn't
about it.
expect,
Let's
and
talk
that's
about
why
it.
he ended up
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Kevin Amos to me,
Hmm.
I was not expecting that free skate from him at all.
No, it
Even with
was
the
bad.
fall, I was like, whoa,
It did
it didn't matter.
not it didn't matter. No, it did not change the energy. It didn't disrupt his psyche at all. Like he went and like attacked the rest of that program and it
And
was
it wasn't like
fierce.
he got through it. It was like quality on
It was
every single
performed.
element.
It was done. And like Mark made a great comment. It was like only Kevin can get away with like standing still for a little bit, that long of
Yes.
time. And
He's
he's
standing there
right.
and he's just posing.
He's right. And he's staring down the judges. He's looking Camp right in the eye. And
You know who I think also could get away with standing for a minute though too?
Slavko.
Yeah, in the Prince though. Only in the
Mm,
Prince.
as long as he's shaking it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But those two like both have like the camp factor element to them.
Hmm.
Um that I feel like we kind of need in the top men because I think
We did need
after
that.
other than like after those top five, like those two really brought, I think, like a bit of
Something
performance
different.
quality that these other
Hmm.
men were not.
Hmm.
Like Ilya's doing like a very his own thing, you know?
Hmm. Right.
Yuma, Shun, and like Steven and even Adam are all kind of like in that traditional like box skating type of concept and program
Right.
idea.
Portraying like the
Very
classic,
traditional
beautiful,
skating.
yes, great word.
Very traditional in terms of like program style. And while like Prince is not like unnew to skate, it's not like
It's
anything,
not
it's not a new
new.
revel.
That's
Yeah,
a great sentence.
it's not a like revolutionary concept in the
Hmm.
sport, but
He breathes life into it. And same with
yeah.
his
And
free.
same with
The free
with
isn't like it's a concerto. It's not, but it's different. The way like what other concerto are you seeing where he's going to go on the side and bang on the side of the boards?
and same with like Kevin, like even though he's doing Bolero,
Oh,
he's
you
got
know,
like an aura to him. Yeah, I'll let you
it's
go.
different. Honestly, one of the moments of the men's event for me was Selevko's opening like 10 seconds, where he's just like the choreo that he does at the opening with the music is just so
In the
effective
short,
in the free.
oh yeah.
I don't know, he changed the shirt, I think. Did he change the shirt?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember if there was a costume change or not.
That's fine.
I know
Whatever
Daniel Grasso had a costume change when
he
he became
did.
the Pope.
He did.
which wasn't good, the costume
No,
change.
that wasn't super effective.
If he
No, no,
wanted to
no.
be the Pope, he should have made it like something big.
Hmm.
And he tried, but it just. But Selevko, first off, it's crazy that like he had one mistake in two programs. He's normally
Hmm.
like someone that like falls apart in the long, like pretty like falls off hard in the long.
Hmm.
When he fell in the opening quad lutz, I was like, all right, like here we go, par for the course. Like, and because that group was going so well, like you had at that point you had seen Yuma, Steven, um, and Shun. All three of them, I
Hmm.
think, had already went at that point. And then Selevko was going.
Hmm.
And I kind of was like, oh, I think Selevko might be the energy killer in this group.
Hmm.
And he falls in the first Lutz, and I was like, here
Hmm.
we go. Like he's gonna kill the energy. And then the rest of the program, he just pulls through on every single
Hmm.
element and does everything to the highest capability that he can. And just it was honestly shocking for me. And I was really impressed with his ability to finally put out solid skates back to back because that's been a big problem for him.
Hmm.
And now he's top 10 and his brother gets to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, not only is a top six finish so big for him, but like you can see how happy he was that like being in the top 10 and having his brother there to also get to compete next year, pending.
Pending they make it. But
Yeah, but yes.
there
So
is
that's
another Estonian man though that's very good. So
okay.
it'll be a battle for those three guys, but there's
Mm.
two spots for them now,
Big and just big for
which
Estonia.
yeah, and Nina Petrokina when we get to the women did very well for
Yeah.
Estonia too. So I think their single skating is on the up. They got two spots for
Hmm.
the women
Yeah.
for
Oh yeah.
so
Team Estonia pending for the team event. Do they have
I,
do they
I
have
don't think they have a
pairs?
pair. They probably have a dance team,
I
but I
think
don't
they
think
do
they have
have
a
dance.
um all right. Top five.
All right. We're going to Adam.
Did
Adams.
you expect him to do a clean long?
No.
Did you expect him to hang on for a medal?
No.
I agree.
And what did we say? No, what did we say? Get rid of that quad
Lutz.
Lutz. Get rid of that Lutz.
Yeah.
And he didn't listen.
You
He
didn't. Just
didn't
do a
listen.
triple.
I
Well,
know
actually, he
his
already does a triple Lutz at the end, but do a flip or something. I don't
do some
know.
yeah, do something that we're gonna land.
I did think he had the potential to like get it back on track when he landed the second quad. I was like, okay, maybe he'll do it. And like if he gets through the if he can pull off the quad sow, like I think there's the potential and then pops it. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh boy, we're having an Olympics 2.0. And just it's unfortunate because his short program has been so good this year,
Hmm.
and the free just has never really worked for him. Maybe
Hmm.
because of the technical elements, obviously, but
I want to see it. He's really obsessed with like the continuation of a theme through both. And I want him to
he
see him. I
is.
want to see him do something different. I want him to see him have like go in with a different, just like approach to the free, just to try something different and just see what happens. Like I think we're kind of getting stuck
I'd
here.
like to see him actually with one non-Benoit program
Same,
because he's been
same.
so Benoit all of his life. And it's not to say like obviously he works very closely. Like Benoit's one of his coaches, you know?
Yeah, coach.
And here's the thing. I know like it's always good to kind of range out and try different movement styles. And I'm sure Benoit like is trying to get Adam to do different things and explore a variety of
Hmm.
movement style and program style. But I think just having someone different look at your skating
Hmm.
overall could be really beneficial for him to
Hmm.
maybe figure out something or kind of have a renewed sense of self, a renewed sense of
Hmm.
what he wants in this sport. And that could help him, propel him to higher results or whatever.
Hmm.
But he plans on continuing too. So
Awesome for him. You know, I think you should just go, and I don't say this often, go see Brian and Tracy and just like get like a different,
maybe like a couple weeks,
yeah, just a couple weeks. No, yeah, not permanently, but just for
like a summer
pop
camp or
in,
something.
say
Yeah.
hey, tweak a few things, provide some feedback.
Visit someone out there for like a choreo session or something.
Hmm. Yeah.
And he doesn't even have to like get a new like a program from someone different. Like he could just do like a movement style class, you know,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
like work on just like different movement on like visit David Wilson and like work with like different movement
Hmm.
styles, you know, like something like that.
Hmm.
But speaking of visiting Canada and Toronto,
That's yeah. He's
great
and Lee
to
Barkell.
yeah, well Lee Barkell's not at the
Oh,
cricket.
he's not.
He used to be. Like
That's what
this
I th
happened years ago,
oh,
Clayton.
okay, okay, yes, yes, yes. It's
He
all coming back to because I
they
remember him and it was because Lee and Brian were coaching Gabby at the same time
yeah,
at
the last
2019
year
Worlds.
yeah, that was like the last year that that all happened.
We'll talk offline.
Yeah, I don't think there was like anything
Oh,
scandalous.
okay,
I think that he just wanted to. I'm not entirely sure, but
okay.
um
The Canadians just kind of like they're a package deal in my head, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
um my God, Stephen Gogolev. Did
Hmm.
I almost call it? I
You
almost
did.
called it. All
You,
right,
yep, 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 yep.
and you know what? I think he's more entertaining than Shinsato.
I think here that you are correct
I think
at
Stephen
this
Gogolev's
competition.
more entertaining than Steven or than Shinsato.
I think that the Firebird in its second season, no, is this his first season doing it? It just feels like it's been around for a long time. It just has that. I think it's been a long season, and I think
And
it's
we've
just
seen it 50 million
I know. I
times.
think we've just that program specifically being a warhorse and
It's
him.
hard to hear like and you know what's been around for him twice. He has the lav ladies in lavender short.
But I like that short for him. I've
That
always
one
liked
like
it. I like
it's
it.
fine. It's just like here's the thing. I feel like all of Shun's
Mm,
skating is just like fine. Like he's got a
mm,
nice back. He's got like nice delicate fingers. The jumps are like a nice +2, +3 maybe. He's gonna land everything for the most part, but he doesn't like excite me when I watch
mm.
him.
Yeah.
And I think Steven has like something to him where you know there's like even more that he can give, where
Hmm.
I feel like he has a higher ceiling than Shun. Sure, there are like a little bit deficiencies in like the overall skating quality in terms of like the line and the polish.
Hmm.
But I think he's gotten much better over the past year, especially working with Benoit, and I feel like Benoit is really invested in him.
Hmm.
Um, I just kind of feel like he has the higher potential of the two. And
Hmm.
I hope that he's able to stay healthy and kind of propel himself to a strong 4 years
Yeah, I see that for
because
him, and
he's
I want that
young.
for him. Yeah, for sure. I do want him to get rid of those. Like, if he does another short program that has involves a tux or anything, get rid of the
Yeah,
gloves. No,
no
what do you
gloves,
see? Who wears
no
gloves with a
gloves.
tux?
I think he wears gloves in the free skate
He
too.
does. Well, I think it's part of his costume, which is fine. Like, if that is like part of your costume, but it's not. It's like, well,
Clayton is anti-glove.
I'm pro glove when it looks when it makes sense. Like this is a
Clayton, have
crazy
you
this
ever
is a
done a quad
crazy
sow with no gloves on the ice?
you're right when I think about it, and you're right, I do my quad styles with gloves on. So
I'm sure
um
it's a little frightening. I don't know.
it
I don't
must be
like I've skated. Skating with and without gloves is like you just gotta like practice it. It's not that big of a deal. But
yeah. Well, someone who
some
else
people really
was
have like a thing about it though.
someone's gloves who really bothered me was Medvedeva's when she had her memoirs of a geisha. This is a crazy, just random, but her that bothered me so bad because
I
it's
don't
like
remember this costume. I'm looking it
it's
up.
the black like with the Japanese cherry blossoms and like the blue. It's
You're
what's
having a
the
cherry blossom weekend,
I
aren't
am
you?
I even wore my cherry kept my cherry earring in for it is so it's cherry blossom season in DC.
Oh, I remember this dress now.
Mm-hmm.
I
What is
didn't
that
mind those
called?
gloves.
What is that type of dress called?
A geisha?
No, that's like the person who wears the
I
dress.
don't know.
Okay. We have some study
You're
to do.
asking me to like know some cultured
I
facts.
know, that's silly. You already don't know pop culture. I don't need to push it. I don't need to push it. But it's because the dress ends in like a pink, like It's black
I
sleeve
liked
and it
that
ends in
dress
pink.
when
I
she
love
wore
the
it.
dress, but she put the black glove on it and cut. It just like does not make any sense. It makes no sense.
Did you have anything else to
This is
say
what I
about
die
Shun
on.
Sato and Steven
No.
Gogolev?
No, I don't.
Okay, Yuma finally skated a clean long. Sasha Cohen
Yay!
could never.
Oh my God, please.
Sasha Cohen could never do it.
Please.
I mean, she did, but Sasha Cohen, I feel like if we had to tell Sasha that she had to skate the clean long, she wouldn't do it. But at least Yuma like kind of got it.
He got it. No, he needed that redemption. Felt so, so bad for him. He had a Yuzuru
Oh,
moment
that.
on the triple axel in the short.
I said to Cam, I was like, did Yuzu fly to Prague and like create the divot?
Right. Well, apparently there's a is a divot versus a toe pick hole. Like, what's the difference?
I feel like they're probably the same
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
But so he
yeah.
went up on the toe pick in like for the axle in the
And
divot.
yeah, I saw you could see it in real time, which is
Yeah.
like crazy.
It's just crazy that that's out of all the spots he took off for his axle, like that's where it was.
What are the odds of that happening? Like, there has to be some math on that.
I'm also thinking about it, like that's such a weird spot for someone to do a toe jump.
No, that was definitely an edge. That was definitely like a sow cow or something. Where
Oh,
he
was it? Okay, I
It
need
might
to go back and
it
look.
might have been his own sow cow, is what some were saying.
Oh,
It looked
someone were saying,
fresh.
does he do his axle and his sow on the same spot on the ice? Because
Yeah,
that I
because
feel
he's
like it's not good
because
construction.
it's because if you're I'm the judge, here's the rink. It's like
Yeah, it's probably pretty close.
it's on because
I
yeah,
feel like that's like
he comes this way for the
poor
sow.
construction though. He
Yeah.
should do it in a different spot.
hmm hmm
Um, but I mean the free skate, okay,
Oh my God.
here's where I'm gonna share
Come on.
some info for you that you're gonna
Okay.
be upset with.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, okay. I think I know where you're gonna go, but tell me.
He did not receive one first place ordinal from any judge overall
Oh wow.
compared to Ilia. Every judge had him second and every judge had Ilia in first. And I don't know if that's correct.
It's not correct. It's not correct.
Like
I
I
know,
think just the overall quality was like so much better than Ilia.
and like I could
And it's not
see
a diss on Ilia.
no. And the technical, like I think you could make an argument to keep the technical where it's at. That's fine. But Ilya being having a technical or sorry, component score of 95,
Five.
while
And Yuma
has
96.
96 is absolutely offensive. It's it's so offensive to the sport, to Yuma. It's just like not and Ilya didn't have like the skate of
I
the day.
Yeah, and
Like
here's the
if Ilya
thing.
did have the skate of the day, then we'll have another conversation. But it's just not in the
Oh, he
same
also got
echelon.
all plus fives on his step sequence in the short. Ilya did. Here's the thing. It's not, I don't want to like make this like a
Ilya
shit
hate
on
session.
Ilya.
It's
Yeah,
which is
like
not what
it's not what
we
we're saying, but
but
just
at the end of the day, we this is a skating podcast and we are talking about the skating and we are
yeah.
comparing the skating.
And I honestly just felt like Ilya was kind of just like in and out of the program. Like, I just kind of felt like he was trying to get the job done.
You can tell he
Which
didn't,
like
yeah, right.
which is so fair and valid because like of what happened at the Olympics and he just wanted to get the technical done and survive and get through this moment.
hmm
It just to me, I wasn't like I was watching him and I was like I didn't feel like anything was special. And I thought some of the landings were a little bit
Suspect.
overmarked, probably on the GOE.
Like present, hey,
He
he
scored
got
higher presentation than Yuma.
yeah, in absolutely insane
Like
because
crazy.
te one, two, three, four, five tens in presentation.
Only
What
three for Yuma on the
crazy.
presentation. It's just, it's wild. And
Because
I will
when
say,
I'm
I
thinking
think
about a 10, I'm not saying like I wouldn't give Yuma a 10 either in presentation. And here's why.
you wouldn't give him a 10?
No, because at the beginning of the program, for the first 2 minutes of the program, he is dead in the face.
He is, but he's also doing like two quads there.
But the opening music is this grandiose, like we are
I know he's
the
not,
queen is
yes, I do get
here,
it. I know.
and he's doing this. He's generating so much speed across the short side of the rink, and he is coming up, running up to the judges like this.
He is dead in the face there. That is true. But
Hello, it's Music 101. And so everyone can hear and say like I'm throwing stones at everyone. So
Clayton's livid.
I just this is my thing about like this is why I'm into skating. It's because it is a performing art. Like and when the performing art is not arting, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have a huge issue. Okay.
I'm sitting here enjoying my little snack while I'm listening to your soap opera. If you want to go on more, I'm ready. I'm just
I
like, I'm just listening.
know.
But um, okay. I think Ilia like obviously deserved the win because he put two clean
Yes.
performances back to back. I think
Yes.
there's no issue
Yeah,
with
we're not
that.
arguing
No
that.
argue
Yeah.
about the just the overall results. But I mean, just the free skate that Yuma did was insane. Really good for Ilya to bounce back overall from having like a
Hmm.
rough Olympics to now coming out and performing. And he said that he said, what did he say, God? That he didn't feel any pressure at all at this Worlds. Like this is the least pressure he's
Love
ever
that.
felt at a Worlds, which
I
is
love
nice
that for
to
him.
know
Hmm.
that he's feeling that. Next year, Dancing with the Stars
Yeah, I think he just needs to have an Alyssa Liu moment and just take a step
take some time
back.
off,
Go to the rink like once a week if when you're feeling like it,
maybe like
just for fun.
twice.
Yeah.
Keep your triples.
Yeah. And I think he could go he can not skate for like a year and probably go back on the ice and do his triples. I don't think he'll lose the triples ever.
I don't think here's the thing. When I'm saying take a year off, I'm not saying like don't skate.
Hmm.
Like I think he's gonna skate and he's gonna like maintain what he's got and continue to like
Hmm.
improve. But I think it would be like really exciting to see him like do different things. Like I would love to see him do Dancing with the Stars and like
Hmm.
I would
Like
get
yeah.
personally it's just my wish because I want
Hmm.
to get really invested in Dancing with the Stars this year.
Hmm.
And I want there to be like three skaters on it so we
Hmm.
can all do like little
That would
recap
be
episodes
fun.
of like
That would be really
this
fun.
is like my personal wish, not
Okay.
about him.
This is all a selfish
This is
astronaut
about
then.
me.
Well, thinking about like the next Olympics, while should he stay as a front runner to contend, they're not promised. And I think that at the for the as it stands now, if he's going to continue to get a 95 in components in the free skate, he can still go out and do his thing and skate to whatever he wants to skate to and be fine. But
Now,
if that's what he wants to do, that's great. But if he wants to be a better version of himself, be a better
mhm.
version of his skating, and like challenge himself and maybe have a more like healthy and longer career, I think a season off would be, especially with the one right after the Olympics. Like it's gonna be like he can come back. He will if he comes back, like he'll still get the same treatment. Nothing's gonna change. He's still
Now,
one of the goats.
the problem with that though, that I think he might be thinking about is if he does take a year off, will someone like a Rio Nakata come and like surpass him?
I don't think so.
I don't either, but you got to think about like that could potentially happen, you know? So
I mean, what's the harm in like when you've won? Well, he hasn't won it all. He doesn't have Olympic
I
gold.
could
But
see
when
him
you
taking
win,
the fall off
mm,
and coming
yeah,
back for nationals and worlds
that
or
would be great.
skipping nationals and just getting straight and going straight to worlds. Like
Hmm.
a Unikim the post-Olympic year. I
Yeah,
could see that.
do
No one,
that.
because like no one in the US is rivaling him.
No,
No one's even
no, no,
close.
no, no, no.
But any final thoughts on the men?
Uh, I think I'm manned out.
Your Mendao,
I know that took a lot out of me.
are you ready for a little check-in break, a little snack?
Let's take five and come
We'll take
back.
five and then we'll be back to talk about the dance, which
Let's
is
dance.
controversial.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys in a minute. And welcome back to the Blades of Banter. While we were gone getting our little snacks, I had some Smart Skinny Pop white cheddar and I had some
Mm.
pretzels. Um,
I
the
made a clear protein shake, lemonade flavored.
yeah, we discussed that, but
Yes.
the ISU, while we were gone, this is hot off the press, has introduced a new creative dance element. for the rhythm dance for next year, Clayton.
Oh,
Do you want me to read it out to you?
might as well.
Skating to any dance rhythm or dance style. Both partners are to perform steps or movements from barrier to opposite barrier. The requirement for barrier to barrier is fulfilled when at least one of the partners is not more than 2 meters from each barrier. In contrast, you may use hand in hand with fully extended arms, and a brief release to change hold is not considered separation. Now, here are some of the requirements. Here are some of the things I think you can do to like satisfy this dance element.
Okay.
You can do um if you're going to do a dance stop that you cannot stop for more than 5 seconds. Any stops performed at the beginning, during, or the end of the creative dance element will be considered as the dance stop. Any stationary spinning movement is not considered as a stop. You must have one separation of no more than five, oh, sorry, one separation of no more than 5 seconds is permitted. So they must be together for the majority of it.
Okay.
It looks like there must be an acrobatic movement involving agility and balance. Yes, that's ready. One acrobatic movement involving agility and balance must be performed with or without partner assistance. It
So
may,
define agility and
I
balance.
don't know, it may be performed within the required dance stop. So you have to stop in the middle of this element too. The brief stop to prepare or perform the acrobatic movement is not considered the dance stop. The element must demonstrate presentation to all four sides of the rink.
Whoa.
Execution directed exclusively towards the judges does not fulfill this requirement. Touching the ice with any part of the body is permitted once for more than no more than 5 seconds. That's
Wait, so
that's
you can
it.
sit on the ice for 5 seconds?
I I just
How is this
also this
different?
is for the
How is this
waltz, by the
different?
way. This
Yeah,
is for the
how is
golden
this? That's
waltz.
crazy. How is this different than the character step?
That's what I'm saying too. Like what the hell is the
I'm not
difference?
sure there's much difference there.
What are we like?
What's the base value? One?
I don't know. They didn't put did they even put I don't even know if they put that in the element, the thing. No,
Okay.
no base value.
Huh.
But David Molina posted it.
Okay. Well, huh.
Let's talk about the ice dance.
Okay.
This was the one where I think this is the event where people were pissed off in like multiple different directions.
Okay. Let's break it
Because
down.
you have people who are upset that Zingis and Klesnik medaled. You have people that are upset that
Wow.
Fier and Gibson didn't medal. You have people that are upset that Zingis was even in consideration of not medaling, yada yada. Like it's just all over
Mm-hmm.
the place. There's
Mm-hmm.
no winning, no matter what anyone says. Like someone's gonna be mad at what you
I've
said.
already accepted that. So, well, yeah.
So, um, let's start with some of these teams at the lower positions. Green and Parsons had a little bit of a rough outing here. Again, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how much they've been training, how much they were expecting to be here. But the material they had for both programs this year, I just think was not the best and did not set them up to be in that top echelon of skating. And I think they need a complete overhaul of stylization, maybe even a coaching change, I think potentially.
Wow.
If they
Yeah, I
really
can see
want to
that.
get in it, I think they've got to reevaluate. I can see them trying to stick with um, Tanith and Greg now because Charlie's less involved. But if Greg and Tanith were there before, I don't know how much. I'm sure they still had a lot of input into the overall image as well. But um, they need something new for
Hmm.
sure. Something new, I think, to spruce up their overall skating and image. So.
Yeah.
But did you have much to
I
say about them or
Yeah, I mean, I watched them. I don't have much to add besides what
that's fair.
you said.
One,
What I do want to, well, since we're about to talk, are you about to talk the check?
uh, What do you want to say? I think they had really good home worlds, the
Yeah, but
Morozics.
I was shocked. I'm personally a Bachelor fan over the Mrazeks. So
I'm like good with neither of them. Like they're just kind of there. They're a
I
little
don't
both
know.
boring for me.
I don't You think Natalie Bachelor is boring? That is a crazy thing to
The
say.
rhythm dance is good. The free dance was like not it for
No,
me this year.
they what? Okay, I'll
They
be
put
honest.
down the lift.
Okay,
One
I was
they
gonna
put
say,
down
I
the
was like,
lift at one
what
or
the
had a
hell
mistake. I don't
happened?
think it even got up. One of the lifts
Yeah.
didn't even get up and like it just tanked their score.
Okay.
Like they it was just a huge setback. I think, yeah, I liked the Morozic's free dance. I think they had a hell of a moment at a home worlds here and skated very well. Um, I don't know if they're ever gonna like do it for me, but one team that I think really is like on a huge upward trajectory this next quad is Davis and Smolkin.
Oh, you think?
I think she has the best carriage of all the dance women. Her back is really good, Clayton. I think she really is like one of the best well carried like women on the circuit right now.
Mm. I just
I
okay.
really think you need to go look and like look at the
May
posture of like some of the other women in like the top some of these top spots and I think like tech and skating she might not outskate them, but I think her
correct.
deportment is much better than a lot of these women above her.
Okay.
And I think the skating's been getting better progressively as they've been with IM. And Gleb is such a strong skater
He is
too
good. He's
that I
good.
think they're real. I think like Clayton, I think they could be like fighting for a Euro medal next year.
I can
I
now.
really think they're like on a huge trajectory these next 3 years. They've like found this. I think they're finding their voice and they're finding what works for them.
Mm,
And
hmm
I really like them together. I
I
really
can't
enjoy their skating.
I can't decide if I think what they're doing is good or safe. Maybe both.
It's like a little mix. It's a little mix because I think they're still very young and they were kind of figuring out what works. I think it was a nice it's a very nice program, but I also think it elevated them too. Like it's
Hmm
safe in the terms of it's classy music and easy to, interpret, but I think also it's difficult for them to skate to be
hmm
on that whole 4 minutes, like in a
That's
very
true.
delegated and
That's true.
elongated style. And I really think they're a mixed bag because some people really like them and some don't. If we look at the judges here, some judges put them fourth in the free dance. Two judges had them fourth
Wow.
in the free
Whoa.
dance. I mean, I think they have like they're one breakthrough performance away from being like in the top five, I think. Next, and especially, and if you look at the final results here,
Well, if you think,
we're
well,
if we're taking out the teams that are gone,
hmm
PBD on the French, but I'm going to remove them just for now.
okay.
Same with Piper and Paul, they're gone. So Zingis would be first.
hmm
First, Fear and Gibson, I think will continue. Smart and Deke have said they're continuing.
hmm
Lober and Fabricio, I think, are continuing. So Lober and Fabricio are in fourth right now. Fourth.
hmm
I think Reed and Amber Levicius are done. So Carrera and Pomeranko fifth, Lejoie Lagos sixth, and then Davis and Tolkien would be seventh. I think there's a world where you could see them Davis and Smoke go above some of those teams, with like good material, good performances. I really think they're on an upward trajectory.
Hey,
I don't
I'm
doubt a
not
Terry
married.
either.
I don't there's that. There's that. And should Russia come back? I mean,
Yeah, I mean we have to like wait until that's like finalized
right.
and announced. Like that's something I think they will announce at some point.
It'll factor I that's what's gonna be really this is gonna be a little bit of side tangent but relevant.
Hmm.
I think watching how some of previous Russian skaters who now skate for Georgia are scored should Russia come back again. Like I think that's just gonna be so fascinating to see. And I could be
I'm
wrong.
interested
I
to
could be
see
wrong
the
that nothing, something, it could stay the same. It could be, I think something would change, but that's just me.
I would be interested to see the IM versus like Russia like
Politics again.
politicking again
Hmm.
because we had that and like now we don't. Now it's just all I
Hmm.
am, you know?
Hmm.
So I would be interested to see like how much like Julian can maneuver his way. Because I mean, Igor did some good stuff here.
Yeah. Well, now there's a
Igor is like
third,
not,
and now there's a third, like, yeah, Igor slash Benoit. Like,
well, then was not like full ice dance yet.
I know, but like, I see that going that way.
You think
Do
he's
you
gonna like,
not?
I don't think he's gonna like make a school for ice dance,
No, I don't think he's making a school for ice dance, but I
but he's
think
gonna get more
like,
involved in it, I think,
right. I think having his name beside yours in a
is
program
beneficial.
announcement, yeah.
Um, okay, one team that I think they really need to make some changes, I think is Lejoie and
Oh
Legas.
yeah. It
I don't think they're going to switch. They're not going to switch coaches. Like,
it's
I think
dire.
people are, I think there's just no way in hell they would leave IM. That's like political, like not good for them.
It's all they need to do is repackage. All they need
Yeah,
to
they need
do
a
is
big
repackage.
rehaul of the
Rehaul.
packaging.
We'll add them. They're gonna be on the list. First episode of the repackaging series is gonna be Ilia. It's gonna be La. Who's
We'll talk. We'll,
next?
we'll figure it out. But
Okay.
their rhythm dance, we knew we've said it all year. I'm not going to rehash it. It just was not good. Like not
No.
good. And then I think their free dance was super safe. Bringing back
Hmm.
the Nureyev. Like, yes, it's a very nice music and it's very nice music and they skate it very well. But I mean, how many times have we seen that done by like skaters, different disciplines too?
Hmm.
And it's an old program too. They didn't really bring anything original or new to this year.
Hmm.
And I feel bad for them because they were like at the top, but then I also am like, you haven't really like done anything to like stand out the past couple of years to make yourselves like make us look at you and be like, this is like a top five team. And I think that's
Hmm.
one thing where I think a lot of the fans are upset about like Zinkus and Klesnik being so high is I think you look at the material that a lot of these lower tier teams where they were kind of more in line with the past couple of years, they haven't really given like any standout material, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
Hmm.
And now your opinion may be different, like the viewer.
Hmm.
But like Kura and Ponomarenko, like they started the year and they had a rough free dance, then they bring back the old one, they revamp it.
Hmm.
It's fine, but it's not like revolutionary. And
Right.
um
I
Logar's
think they had like a standout sorry, rhythm dance. Like I think the rhythm dance was like they took a different spin on the 90s that not everyone else was. It's a little bit darker, is a little bit more brooding. It was fierce. And this is something I was talking to Dennis, our friend Dennis, about this. He goes, "Why did no one skate to Destiny's Child for the 90s? Is that not insane? Can you
I
just
don't
imagine?
know.
Imagine like let's not touch Piper and Paul's rhythm dance. That was good. Let's do mm, like Smart and Deke. Like question, tell me what you think about me. Like come on, like that'd be. I mean, they
And
did. They
Olivia
had
had like a very mid rhythm dance this year,
right. That's what
keeping
I was.
it.
Like, I'm trying to
Like
choose
it just was
someone.
not,
Oh, Lala. Lala could do a great Destiny's Child. I think
especially
maybe.
anything better than like
Yeah.
Olay.
Oh
Like
my
God.
God.
Oh my God. Um, Carrera and Ponomarenko. Okay, I kind of like to clump these two together, Carrera and Ponomarenko at Lejoie and Lagat, because I kind
It's
of feel like they're
funny.
very similar.
I know. Well, it's funny because I think if you asked me at the beginning of the season, I would be lumping Zingis and Lajoie together, but now it's like the tides have shifted. Like she's kind of gone off on her own.
I feel like Lejoie and Lagat are better than Carrera and Ponomarenko, and I don't understand
Hmm.
why they don't score higher than them.
Well, just
But
this season is the material. That's it.
yeah, I think
But
I think honestly, in my opinion, I think Lijuan Lagat will jump them next year because also they'll be Canada's top team because Piper and Paul will be
true.
gone, and
Oh
then
yeah, yeah,
Lucy
yeah.
Palmer. Right now, they're still like they're in line to be second.
Hmm.
I mean things can change obviously, but with Lijuan Lagat becoming the top team, and I think they're going to get. Now you got to think. Remember, there's also a bunch of retirements happening from IM, and like there's a bunch of people leaving. So they're going
Mm-hmm.
to get a lot more attention and kind of be more of a priority than what they were these past couple of years. And I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe they'll get some better material. Um,
I mean, I would have had Christina and Anthony like honestly.
I feel like it's very where they were was fair.
I I
I'd
I
maybe
think
switch them with no, actually, I think they did beat Le Joao Naga on the day. I think they skated better in the free dance.
I would have them sixth.
You'd have them above
La
Reed and
Breva.
Lobreva.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have them above Lobreva.
Something about I think I understand some people's like I understand the appeal and I can recognize that they have really good basic skating and that they're dynamic and that they try different things and but I don't know what it is. I can't.
You don't like the free dance?
No, I love like the concept of joining with Bjork and I love that kind of music because it's what I listen to in my free time. But something about it doesn't. It's not
Resonate.
singing to me. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that it's bad. It's just like it doesn't. I'm not connecting with it for some reason, and I
I
don't
think
know
they probably
why.
should be above Reed and Amber Levicious, but Reed and Amber Levicious like just their programs this year are just so fun and work so well for them
Mhm.
that it honestly like regardless of like the actual skating quality, you're just like you leave with an impression where you're like, yeah, like that was just like such a more enjoyable
Mhm.
watch.
Mhm.
And like sometimes I feel Kura and Ponomarenko like lack the chemistry that some of these like other teams have.
Mhm.
Like sometimes I just feel like they don't have that interconnectedness that we see from some of these like top teams.
Mhm.
But
And you can kind of like see like Maddie Hubble influence on Christina,
yeah,
and I love that she's going that route. But I definitely
I'd
think
love to see
it's
more of
something
like a
that needs to.
Zach influence on
Yeah,
like
right.
on Anthony
I think that they're.
as a
Can I
performer.
say something? I think they're both giving a little Maddie Hubble, and not in a bad way, and not in like a feminine way, but just like a kind of just like sass. Like
I
yeah.
need Anthony to be like I mean he trains with Scott. He needs to be a little more Scott as
Mm-hmm.
a performer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or like Zach Don. Like he just needs to be a little bit more. Sometimes I feel he's not in it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like giving it like as much as she can, and he's just kind of like there.
Mm-hmm.
And there are moments where he is into it, but I think I'd like 100%. I need to see him like more committed to like the whole bit,
I
and
think
they
there's
have it.
yeah.
They do
Yeah.
have a good style and can be,
Mm-hmm.
um, fantastic. But I just think they've also kind of played not safe, but they haven't. I think they've kind of stuck to a similar genre type of traditional skating music, like Carmen, Notre Dame de Paris, like the Perfume. Like
Yeah.
everyone's done. We've seen that like done a couple times, and maybe if they now they're going into this next quad, you're going to see them explore a vast array of musical selections and take more risks. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I think
And
that I feel hopeful for them, and I feel like there's a lot of development to be done and had, and
yeah,
I think they will be successful, and I hope that they will. I want them to get closer to Zingis, and I want them to have like a
I
little.
want a rivalry.
Hmm.
And I think the Golden Waltz will suit them really well.
I think so too.
I
I
think
think
they
so
might be like
too.
the top US dance team for like a rhythm dance next year.
I could see that. I would, yeah, would love
I
to
can
see
see
that.
that like happening. Um, yeah, we've touched on Reed and Loboreva a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like too much to say. I'm interested to see how Loboreva will factor if other French, Fournier, Beaudry, and Cizeron do not continue.
Mm-hmm.
How high they'll get now that they'll be again top French team again.
I'm pleasantly surprised that they pulled off a top six and like are, I mean, and deservedly so.
Remember
Um,
earlier in the year they were like barely beating the third French team.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I
One
think,
complete 180.
yeah. So I thought there would be more of a separation between the two French in terms of placement, just because of I don't know why, but good for them. I'm happy for them.
All right, I'll let you talk about this is probably my favorite performance of the event, but I'll let you
Oh
dive into it.
gosh, what a showing for Smart and Deke because they really pulled it together for that rhythm dance to set them up well
Yeah,
to be at this. If being that, oh, they weren't in the last group because it's top
they were pretty
five.
close
They were
though.
close. and being closer to the end so they can have that moment. And boy, was it a moment. Second place in the free, so deserved.
So, I mean, like, I would have gone higher
I
for
would
the
have
free. It's
too.
so
I
good.
would have
I
too.
know they like don't get all the levels and everything, but it's just everything that they do is just so good and just sings the program that they just sings from breath to breath. And I
Hmm.
don't know why we can't give tens for that. There was one judge who gave it a 10 in composition, but I know
Period.
that you save it for these teams later in the year, but that is to like a 10 to me.
I know. It's when you can't ask for anything else is when you give out a 10. And I like composition for sure, I think. It's just so masterfully done.
And
There's not
natural.
and that's the perfect word is natural. Like neither of them feel out
It's
of
not
place
phoned in at
or
all.
uncomfortable in any movement that they're doing. Um, and they both just look so good while doing it.
Mhm.
It's just like it all makes sense. The costuming, upgrading costuming.
I
It's
hated his new costume.
oh, I liked it. I like
It
the
didn't
blue with the
it
gold.
didn't match the movie. Like the movie colors, it was like the
True.
original one was like so great like with the movie and I didn't like that the colors didn't match.
Be it known that the only things I know about Dune, the movie, is from figure skating.
I've watched both movies.
I need to get into. I've tried.
I
I've
really
tried. It's
liked
just
them. I
okay.
watched them both in one night
Oh wow.
and they're like long movies.
I need to wake that up then.
It's like I think it was like 8 hours of watching like a
Yeah, they're
movie. They
long.
were long, but they were good.
Dune
And the
3 is
third
coming
movie's
out.
coming out. I'm ready to see Dune 3 and then the new Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, I'm so
That
excited
comes
for
out in like a
that.
month.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm going the first day. I will be
Good.
there.
But wait,
Um,
but what is
what is she
Olivia
gonna skate
Smart going to
to?
skate to
Yeah.
next? Like, how do we,
So,
where do we
okay.
go from here?
So I think next year is going to be like an exploratory year, and we wait
Hmm.
for the Dune Part 3 movie to come out. And then our last year, we have to do one more year because we have to finish our career with Dune Part 3 freelance.
Hmm.
I think Olivia Smart has to do the third Dune like as a free
Because
dance.
that's a fourth. Because that'd be the fourth movie. Because
Her
the first
third
it'd be
movie.
four. It'd be fourth movie. Because the third is part two. Is the second book, and there's a third book, which
Yeah,
is
but this is the third movie.
right. But there's theoretically gonna be a fourth movie to cover the third book.
No, this is the third book.
No, the second book. Because the first movie and the second movie are part one and two of the first book.
I don't know. I read the books, but like I don't remember what happened in the
Okay.
books. But anyways, okay, yeah, we'll cover that off. But anyways, she has to do the Dune Part 3.
Yeah, and maybe even
She
fourth.
has to.
Yeah.
Like we can't retire before that.
No, no, no.
But I don't know. I don't know what she'll do.
It's coming in 2027 though.
No, it comes out this year. At the
Oh,
end of the
then
year,
oh, she has plenty
December.
of time. Plenty of time.
So she'll have a year to like recoup and
Yeah.
figure out the music cuts and
Yep. New dress.
yeah. All right. The drama.
Oh God.
The drama, the lift, the deduction,
The lift seen and heard around the world.
the petition,
The petition.
the medal.
We could do a whole series just on this.
Finishing in third was Emilia Zingis and Vadim Kolesnik, our angels.
I mean, I
And
wouldn't have wanted
then
it any other way.
finishing in third or fourth was Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, which was a shock. All right.
Let's break it down.
So
Let's get comfortable.
let's get comfortable. We're going to be sitting for here for a little bit.
Okay.
My toe is falling asleep, but it
Okay.
still hurts. So after the rhythm dance, Fear and Gibson were ahead of Zingis and Klesnik by less than a point.
Hmm.
Now, let's
Which is
list the
which is which is our first mistake. Let me just say
let's
that.
list the strengths of both teams. Fear and Gibson are impressively consistent, and you could say the same thing for Zingis and Klesnik. Both
Save the Twizzles.
well, yeah, we'll get there. For the most part, bar a couple performances this year, both teams are very impressively consistent with what they're doing.
Hmm.
Zingis and Klesnik have like a new energy. They're
Hmm.
new, they're like more prominent to being at the top of the scene, which is a positive, I think, sometimes for the judges, but also could be a negative.
Hmm.
Fear and Gibson, a positive for them is that they're very established at the top. They've been there, they've done that. The judges, they're very recognizable to a lot of the judges. That is a positive for them.
Hmm.
Now, skating skills wise, comparing the two men, I think Vadim is the stronger male skater versus Lewis, but Lewis is a very strong
Lewis
male
is very
skater as
strong.
well.
Yes.
I think Vadim has better carriage. Both are very good in the skating skills mark. Lewis is like very solid, very, very good. I think Vadim is
Hmm.
like insane.
Hmm.
Comparing the two women, I think it's very clear Emilia has better skating skills than Lila.
Yes.
So overall, skating skills wise, I would give it to Zingis and Kolesnik.
Hmm.
Now, performance, both I would say are pretty on par. Both are going to give the performance.
I
They're
think there's a branch off of performance that you can go with Lila and Lewis, and that's engagement. Like I think there's a
it's
you can.
it's easier for the audience to engage with, and
Hmm.
I think that's where they get the plus on that.
Yes. Yes.
Composition wise, again, like I think complexity wise,
It's Zingis all day.
I
It's
think
Zingis
it's
all day.
close. I think
I
it's
did.
close.
I can't. I don't agree because when I watch Zynga's choreo sequence, it's so dynamic. And when I
Mhm.
see Lila's choreo sequence, it's
They do have a lot of pauses.
we're playing
Yes, there is a
hopscotch with
lot
our
of
hands like this. I'm like,
yes, there is a lot of free time for sure. Um, so so after the rhythm dance, they were Lila and Lewis were leading over
well,
Zingis and
let's
Klesnik.
do a quick like chart. So we said skating
They're both
skills.
very, very close.
I see that's I just don't see that. I
I
don't
I
see
know, I
that.
know. Listen,
I don't see that.
I think overall Zingis and Klesnik have them, in my opinion. My opinion.
Same.
Um, there I understand why Fear and Gibson get marks that they get though. But now when we go to some of the technical elements, the Twizzles, you have to give them to Zingis and Klesnik.
Hmm.
There's just like no way that you can look at Fear and Gibson's Twizzles when you look at that second set where it feels like they could fall off the edge at any single moment and think that like that's solid at all. Now, the lifts between the two, I think
Lewis is a great lifter.
Lewis does a great job, especially even though that combination lift at the beginning is like the big center of controversy,
Hmm.
it is a really dang good lift. And they know how to highlight moments. Like if you look at what they're getting on the scores for the lifts, they're averaging almost like fours and fives on everything,
Hmm.
you know? I mean, Zingas and Klesnik are too, um, but they are losing it a little bit, like on the 1 foots, on the diagonal step between the two then and Lila and Lewis did get a little bit of help in some areas with some of the level calling, but
Hmm.
so the big controversy began in the free skate. So the Lila, sorry, Zingis and Klesnik go. They put up like a very good free dance. Like they end and you see their score. It's like a
Assert
124.
PB.
It's a very good score, but it's completely gettable for Fear and Gibson,
Hmm.
granted, given like what they've done on the year. They open up their free dance. They have that great lift to start, which we'll come back to. It looks fine. They do the twizzles. They squeak through the twizzles, like barely get through them. The rest of the program, they skate like very well. Everything like no visible errors, good engagement, and they end like about 2 points ahead of Zingis and Klesnik on the technical mark. And for me, like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, they've done enough. you know?
Hmm.
So we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And Mark Henready is like letting us know, like, he's soft launching that, like, they're not going to be in first.
Hmm.
He's like, they have a deduction on the first lift because he did not bend his arms. Because this is the stationary lift, and if you're going to put it above, it cannot be straight arms because then it becomes a pair lift. So because he didn't have his arms bent, they drop a level, and then there was an illegal element that also got them a second deduction. What was the illegal element? I'm trying to figure it out.
You know better than I would.
I'm looking it up.
I was
Okay.
confused.
It did go down to a level one at one point.
I know. I remember him announcing like it was level one, but then it went back to three. The stationary lift.
Yes.
Stationary
Um,
lift base.
yeah. So they got two deductions. They got one for the illegal element, which was the combo lift. Okay, fine, sure.
So one was something
Listen,
was held too long. The other
yes,
deduction,
that's what it was. I
it
think
was
that's
held
what it
too
was. It was
long.
held
Oh,
too
maybe I do
long.
know. Maybe I
Yes,
do know.
something along the lines of that. But basically, they were waiting long. And I have to say, I understand why people are outraged a little bit because it was a little fishy.
It feels selective.
It did feel selective. And I do think that because of like when you see something go like that long and that long, you know, like they're looking at some stuff.
Hmm.
The element did go under review immediately after it was done, so I guess
That's kind of
they might have
valid.
saw something like
Yeah.
initially and wanted to review, but I felt bad for them because it does feel like they were kind of selectively pinned out, you know?
I know. I know. It makes me want to go back and look at the lift and see if it's always been like
It
that.
did look he did look like he had straight arms. It did look, and here's the thing. This is not the first time that school's done something like this because Hubble and Donahue back in 2022, the Olympic year, they
Mm.
had that same lift issue where everyone every time was worried that Zach was like gonna like not bend his arms and Hubble would get the level dropped on the
But
lift.
how is that advantageous to straight arm that? Because I'm feeling it's like if it's resting more on your
Because then it
shoulders.
becomes a different lift.
I know, but how does that? How are you? How is that advantageous to the skaters? Like, why are they doing the straight arm versus?
They do know they bend the arm. They don't, it's because he straightened the arms.
Yeah, why?
That's what the level
Why?
dropped.
I'm asking why does a skater do that instead of bending the arms? Like, how is that advantageous to them to straighten the arms?
I don't. I'm not doing lifts on the ice
I know.
clean. I have no idea.
You know, I'm not the dance expert either. I'm asking you.
I'm not a dance expert, but
Someone let us know
if
below if you
someone wants
know.
to give us a full detailed if a skater or an ice dancer is listening to this and they want to come explain it, come on and chat.
Like, why does that? I just don't see how. I feel like it would be harder to straight arm the lift.
I think it actually would be more difficult to do it with bent arms because then you're not able to kind of like bear more weight into like I feel like if you're able to press her up more, then that's like easier.
I guess I was thinking this weird middle ground. Like, yeah, maybe it
I don't
is.
know.
Like,
It's very odd specific requirements, but also they're not, it's, you know, well, anyways, so that happens. They're in second. They're in second with two teams to go. So they're
hmm
likely off the podium. And it's, you know, it's like obviously it's still an exciting moment for Emilia and Vadim, but
hmm
then like you also have to think like, is that the way they want to win their first world medal? And I think like, do they really care? But like, I don't know. I do think overall, Zingis and Klesnik have like a much better skating quality and are much
hmm
better skaters than Fear and Gibson. Um, but I understand why there's outrage a little bit. So,
Same. Well, it's like when you're kind of dangled a carrot in front of you, the whole like this whole quad, and it's just like
mhm.
it doesn't come to fruition. Like, yeah, that's frustrating. That's annoying. It's
And
it's
it's after
hard.
their like Olympic and
It's
Euros
hard.
letdown.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I totally sympathize with Lila Lewis for that reason. I think just the fault of it. For me personally, if I were to watch both of these skaters, well, I have. I have watched both of these teams skate through this quad, and the way I would be doing points is just not the way the judges have been doing them.
Yeah.
I see France and Spain gave Lila and Lewis eights in the eight range in the skating skills, which I think that's valid.
Wow, I'm just looking at what some of these judges did with Piper and Paul. Holy crow.
Oh.
Um, Also, I have to say, I was really surprised at like how outraged some skating fans were because these are like a lot of the same people that are then outraged when like Lila and Lewis were like beating Piper and Paul and the Italians over the
Mm-hmm.
past couple of years. And just like of all the teams, it's very interesting to see that like when a little bit of like a little bit of a sketchy result happens to them who've had very sketchy results over the past couple of years that
Mm-hmm.
it's very interesting to see like how the tables have turned
Mm-hmm.
and like how the outrage has shifted. And it's like, are we like are we all cognitively aware of like
Yeah.
it's something. But um for Zingis and Kolesnik, I mean, this is a huge, huge, huge
So,
moment.
so big for them.
I
So
mean,
happy for them.
a world medal at your first worlds ever.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that last time that happened was the Shibutanis
Oh, wow.
in 2012, I think, or 2011,
Whoa.
one of the years. Let me
That's
double check.
crazy.
Um, so
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, so now the Brits are protesting. The British
Yes.
Federation is protesting. Let me pull up the protesting
Official statement.
official statement. I'm gonna read it.
I just looked at the time. We have not even gotten to women yet. I'm gagging.
I know. Ugh. This is gonna be like a 3 hour
I
episode.
know.
All right, where is that? Where did, oh, here it is. It's fine. The next two I really don't, I'm not gonna say a whole lot about, so we can like get through them. Hello?
I'm sorry. Wait.
Okay.
Period. Period. Okay.
All right. Um, okay, let's see. All right, they're basically what they said. They stand for fairness, clarity, transparency in sport. In this instance, we
Mm-hmm.
don't believe the true principles have been upheld. We're formally challenging the decisions, while we're raising our concerns with the ISU. We're also calling for a full and independent review of the officiating process. I just have to say, it is very like funny to see like the British Fed calling them out when like they had the judge at the Olympics that was like placing Gillis and Poirier like sixth in the free rhythm dance and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Oh,
That's been
yeah.
doing that all year and just like maybe like look in the inside a little bit too.
Right. We're throwing stones from a glass house.
Yeah. But that's in
So,
all, that is also in all organizations here in
hmm
skating too. But
oh, yeah.
all right, the top two, I don't have a lot to say. Um, Gillis
Yeah.
and Poirier, I think, skated well. They brought back the Weathering Heights. It didn't have the run-throughs behind it. It looked like a little
Mm-hmm.
incomplete at times.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really nice moment for them to end on and maybe end their careers on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fournier, Beaudry, and Cizeron, like they skated very well. It was very, very expected.
Mm-hmm. Well, Gillis and Poirier were only 2 points ahead of Zingas.
I
Like
know
it
that's
was
it's crazy.
close. It was
Yeah.
close. I would have I not yeah, not a shocking outcome for top two. I kind of don't see the rationale behind Fournier, Beaudry, and Cizeron being almost over 6 points ahead in the rhythm dance.
Yeah.
I understand how spectacular the free dance
Free
is,
dance,
and
yeah.
this is one of their best run throughs of it that we've seen.
Hmm.
So deservedly huge score. I don't get the rhythm dance hype. That's just me.
Yeah. The rhythm dance was what it was all year. Free dance
Mhm.
was good. Not a whole lot to say about them.
And that's the
And
dance.
that's the dance. All right. The final discipline of the World
Wow.
Championships and the final discipline of our World Championship recap, the
Well, happy
women.
1 year one, by the
Yeah,
way.
happy 1 year. We're gonna do like a little year
Year end
recap
recap.
type of thing. Maybe like this week at some point.
Okay. We'll
Maybe
see if
the
Alexa's
weekend.
around.
Yeah, we'll try to get her to come on. But where do you want to start with the women?
We can work our way up.
We can work our way up. Where do you want to like, where's the line of demarcation for you?
That's so funny. The line of demarcation starts at, well, we have to say I was really excited to see Julia Salter again. Not the same performance that she had at the
Results.
Olympics, yeah, but still fabulous as always. Really, it's a real shame on the Lutz and the short. She still made the free, which is awesome. Um, yeah, that's I just love her.
Okay. A couple people I want to shout out really quick before we get to like some of the top. Maddie Schizis, decent showing here. She didn't like perform amazing, but good. She's a funny girl, and I really hope she continues. I
I
really
hope
like
so
her
too.
personality,
She's nothing
and
goes.
she is. I like Ida Karunen from Finland too.
I love that short.
I
Oh, that
think she
short
has
is
like an it
good.
factor to her.
Uh-huh.
Even like the little swan like in the free skate, it's
Mm-hmm.
very like it just is it's very nice to watch. She's very
Mm-hmm.
pleasing. The jumps are what they are, and like I'm
Mm-hmm.
very like fine with how they are. But I like her. I just think she's a little spunk to her.
She does.
Hyan Lee, a little rougher here, had some major errors in the free skate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think overall had a good second half of the year for the
Three
most part.
pops. Three pops is that'll do it to you.
That'll hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Samo Delkina had a rougher free skate too. I think a lot of these women are just tired.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a long year,
I think she was a little undermarked in the short too.
and
Sophia Samoukina.
I don't think so.
Wait, really?
I think she was overmarked.
Like
The
layback
flip,
spin two, step
she's not a
sequence
spin girl
two.
though.
No.
But that triple flip, triple toe was not round on either of them.
Oh, you don't think?
Uh-uh.
I don't remember. I don't remember
If
how
you
that
go
went
back and
down.
look, it's like Q under, at least for
Okay.
both.
She got both clean. So,
Yeah. But
and then we
I
have a
mean, she's
big
a
10.
gritty girl.
Yeah, she's pretty. Then we have a big 10-point jump up to 11th to Sarah Everhart's world debut.
Yeah, what did you think?
I think she did exactly what I thought she was gonna do. I thought maybe she would be knocking more on the door of like a 130 plus in the free. But it was a solid showing for her. She did her job. She was super consistent as always. Super glad that she went back
To the
to the
Firebird.
Firebird. That was a much more enjoyable watch. Um,
I do think they really need to work on the packaging.
that's
Some are
another person that I want
hard.
to repackage. Yeah.
She has like, I would love to interview her too, but I think she has like a good personality off the ice, and I really would like to see them like drag it on the ice and give her
Mm-hmm.
something that's like 100% her. Like the poor things this year, I never really got into it. I think they were trying to stretch her and it just didn't work. But
Mm-hmm.
like the river dance always seems to work with her. Like joyous, like that upbeat joyous music
Mm-hmm.
really like kind of highlights and accentuates her skating to make her look a lot more artistic than she like
Mm-hmm.
inherently is.
Yeah. I want to
But
see, I want to just go through her like Spotify playlist. I want her
and
to
see
just
what she's listening
choose,
to. Yeah.
I want her to choose like a pop girl anthem and just go out on the in the shore and just have fun. Like I can see her doing like a casual by Chapel Roan and just, you know,
What's your take on the chaperone situation?
oh God, which like the most recent the kid?
Hmm.
I don't know. People are treating her she's like the Kanye West of pop and she's not. I think she's just sassy and kind of
Can I
like
say
doesn't
something bold?
care.
I like, I kind of find her unlikable.
I think she doesn't care. I think she's just like it's
That's
like
fine. I don't care
yeah.
either, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like not a fan.
I'm
Her
surprised you know
music's
who Chapel
fine.
Roan is.
Okay. All right. Enough here. Enough. Okay. One thing, remember when those people made fun of us because we had never seen Ghost the musical?
Oh yeah.
Gubanova, we're done with the musicals for her this
No,
year, and
no.
India's gone.
Yeah. I don't have much to say about Kubanova, to be honest.
Yeah, she did what she was like fine. I think she's had like a good year
I did
overall.
find myself in a camp sort of way, like kind of singing along to the Sanana. So
I kind of love the I kind of love the I love it. I told you I loved it all year and
I'm
you
not
did
gonna say
not.
I love it. I'm not gonna say I love it, but it does kind of have a ring to the music.
I loved it. I thought it was like so campy for her.
Anyways,
Your daughter, who's not your daughter,
she's on the porch.
she's on the porch. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is she now after the World Championships?
She's in the car on the way to high school.
Okay.
She's not, she's 18 now. She can go. She's going to college. She's moved out the house.
Is she trying to get the triple axel back? Is that what you're
When
doing?
I'll let her come back and live here. I'll let her live in the house if she gets the triple axle back. No,
It was an
here's
off
the th
weekend for her.
yeah, and like nonetheless, this doesn't really take away from the fact that she had a killer season,
Yeah, she did great.
debut
Senior.
Senior season Caesar salad. I'm done.
Senior Caesar salad.
Yeah, love a
Um,
Caesar salad.
I think they're definitely going to work a lot on the presentation this summer and getting her some sort of mature look. I think,
Hmm
and she's going to come back next year with new programs, and people are going to be like,
hmm
"Oh my God."
She's so it could be a strategy. Yeah, they're like definitely like
They're going to be like, "This is such a revolutionary like
mhm.
transformation." Um,
Because the girl can project to high heavens. Like she
mhm.
has the sauce.
She does. She's got a lot of she's got good extension on like spirals. After that, like on the landing positions, not as much, but
Hmm
um. there's a lot of polishing that needs to happen for her to kind
hmm
of become more complete for sure. And definitely like I'd love to see them work on that axle technique, even though I don't think it's ever going to change in any
I don't know
possible way.
how I don't know how you, and when you watch
I
it
don't know
in
how
real
she does
time,
it.
when you watch it in real time, it doesn't look as bad, but that slow-mo,
It's so bad in real
it's
like slow, both real time and slow mo.
it's it's kind of incredible to watch. You're just like, how does that happen?
I don't know, man. It's crazy. But she had like just the post worlds, I think there were a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes from a lot of skaters here.
Hmm
Like the single Lutz and the free skate was like kind of a big drastic error. They definitely like helped her a little bit. Like I think the triple Lutz on the triple toe combination definitely could have gotten a call. So I think like there were some areas where they helped her out, but I think overall like just some mistakes that like she probably wouldn't make normally that occurred.
hmm
So yeah.
For sure. All right, we're going on to your daughter,
Yeah.
who,
I think she's figuring it out. I think
yeah.
she's really like she needed to learn how to compete this year. And like she said that like in the press, so like she needed to
Mm-hmm.
figure out what she needed to do to compete at this level. And I think she's kind of getting it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I think overall, like I'm very content with like the placement
You
here.
know what? And that's all we can ask for is is for you to have peace with this woman.
Yeah, this woman causes me so much stress. And if you don't know who we're talking about Jia Shin from
Yes.
Korea. Um,
I'm putting her on the college bus too. I think I want to see her come
I'm
back
moving to
red.
Korea to coach her.
She needs to you yelling at her in the ring. That's what we need. But I want to see her come back hungry. I want to see
Yes.
her come
Yes.
back. There's a we
You
saw a
know what I want her to
different,
do?
what?
I want her to cut her hair. And then I want her to like
Bob?
I want her to go get like different programs from completely different. Like one, she could keep one Jeff program and then like
Hmm
do something different for someone else. Like complete like Tom Dixon. Something so off.
Yeah.
Like rock her world a little bit.
Get Sandra Bezic in
Or
here.
Sindra Bezic, like
Yeah, give her some
something.
jazz. Just
I
give
want
her
her to like
the
I would have had her actually above Nina and Amber, but I think the two of them like had some rougher free skates than her. I think like equating
yeah.
it probably would have been, I think they helped Amber out a lot for sure
Oh, I agree. I
when we
agree.
get there.
Oh yeah.
Um, Nina Petrokina, a good solid outing.
Seventh is year for her is not bad.
No,
Not bad
and
at all.
after the Olympics, like I would have expected her. I think I had anticipating her of like being close to podiuming here.
Hmm.
But I think just some uncharacteristic mistakes kind of prevented her from doing that. But
Hmm.
all right,
For
I'll let you
sure.
take the reins for Amber.
Okay, I want to handle this super gracefully because I love her as a person. I love her as a skater. I enjoy her skating when she hits. And I'm always rooting for her. I just want her to be well. I want her to be happy. I want her to like, and I want her to have success. I think when you package yourself as I'm always in my head. I'm always, you know, scared of like what I'm gonna do out there. It just
It
kind of
rubs off.
it manifests. You're manifesting that. And I don't I'm not a pro athlete or elite athlete. Like I can't say for sure 100% like this is what it is or but it reads like, you know, especially the moment that she had the Olympics, like people were saying nasty things about her on the internet about how she
Just like not
choked.
the well, they were upset about her with like the comments that she gave that were
That
not related. And
too.
then and
And then
then
they
then when she
weaponized
didn't have the
that.
issue,
Yeah, they're
like
like,
she
well,
had the
this is
issue, then
what
they
you
were
get
upset.
for and
Yeah.
there's just there's been a lot on this girl in terms of pressure and
Hmm.
that she puts on herself. And I mean we could beat this horse until the day we die, I think, with the situation. It's just I don't know what to say besides I want her to
You
be
feel for
well.
her?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. And I'm also frustrated. And I think I'm allowed to say that as a viewer of the sport and a
Yeah,
fan
you can say you're not, it's not like a
and a
personal
fan
attack
of
on
her.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
You can
It's
say
really
you're
frustrating.
frustrated. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you like want it for her so bad. And it just,
Hmm.
and I don't know what her plans are like after this. If she's like planning on continuing. I think honestly, I think she should because I do think she's been in her peak these past couple years, and she's never skated better ever in her career. Even when she was like super young, like
Hmm.
there's nothing comparing to like what she's, done. And she's had so many great moments in this sport. Has kind of been a good ambassador for women to show like, like you can learn difficult elements in your later in your career. You can still skate at this level like later in your career as well. And like being a
Hmm.
good representative for um, women in sports as well.
Hmm.
But when you look at like the free skate, I just even the short program, you kind of know that there's like always going to be something that is going to flare up and throughout a program. Um, and the free skate, it started out so well, and you were like, oh my God, she's going to do it. And then you see that loop, and there's one moment where you pause the video and you can just see like Amber's reaction in the program
Hmm.
of her popping the loop and like knowing what that meant because that element is like not minus like the axle and the combo, like that is the element. That's like a 13 point getter right
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
And then like she tries to add it in later and it doesn't work out. And then there's just another sloppy landing and just it continues to manifest itself. And it kind of felt like a little bit of a flashback of that Skate America
Hmm.
in 2023 when she landed the axle for the first time and then had the
Hmm.
mistakes in the second
But
half.
that's oh, totally just knocked my table almost over. But that's what I think is just like she gives it up right then and there. That one mistake, you see you can't react. And
You
I
can't, you just have to continue, and
and
it's
like
hard. It's hard to
and I
say
know
you
it's
can't
hard.
react.
It is hard to say that, but I feel like it can be done because there's so many other skaters that they have they go down on the first element and they get up and they do the rest of the skate. That's how it works. And it's just I just hate to see her. do that. It makes me upset.
Yeah. Um, that being said, like looking at it objectively from the judging like point of view, I think I probably would have had her like closer to like Ami Nakai
Mhm.
around there, like eighth, ninth, somewhere around there. I do think they helped her out a little bit.
I think mid eights for presentation is generous.
Yeah, you probably could have gone like
There's some high eights in
maybe
skating
some
skills too that
sevens
are
to the
generous.
presentation. Skating skills like eight, you know?
Flat,
Yeah. But I mean, she was in the final group. She was fighting for an world medal. You
medal.
know,
Hmm.
they were gonna help her out. But uh, Laura,
That's
beautiful,
daughter.
beautiful moment for her.
So
Or
good.
Lara.
Yeah,
Someone said, "Don't say Laura, it's Lara." I
Laura.
commented that Lara.
I'm used to saying Laura because my mom her name's Laura, but she it's spelled Laura, but she prefers it to be pronounced Laura, not Laura. So I've just used
Lara,
Laura.
Laura, Lara,
Laura.
Lara Naki Gutman.
Have you seen you've seen Veep? No. Laura,
Like Cam's seen it.
it's Lauda. What does she say? It's La.
Lara, Lara.
There's a character in the show named Lauda. It's never mind. We're not gonna get into there. If you know, you
Anyways,
know.
she was really good. Lara
I
was
love
really good.
her. I would have
The
had
shark
her.
Naki.
I
Dun,
I think I would have
dun,
had
dun,
her.
dun, 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 dun.
I would be interested to rescore this because I think I might have her third.
Okay,
I think I would.
that's fair. Um, Miss Isabeau Lavito.
Well, I'm not okay, Laura. How are
All right,
you not
what
giving?
else do you have to say about Lara?
How are you not giving like up in the nines for composition on this?
You should.
Like, how much more can you ask for in terms of like a program, like concept of a program and the choreography?
I
And
don't
she
know.
covers great ice, great turns. Her skating skills, I think, are slept on. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just quite good skating skills. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I would have had her third. I think I'm pretty confident about that. That's
Yeah.
all.
Um, Getting into the top four, you had Isabeau Levito, who tried out the Let's Loop combination in both programs this weekend.
Which was looking great in practice, was pretty
It looked
decent
good in
in
the
the
short.
short. Yeah.
Then the long. Listen, it wasn't ever the most consistent when she did it.
No, and well, she's kind of like sacrificing a little bit of GOE whenever she does the Let's Loop instead of the let or a flip toe because you're getting GOE on the highest element and sacrificing the GOE you would get on a solo loop over a solo toe.
Well, she
It's
does do
minute, but
a book up, but here's the thing, she has to do the solo toe,
mhm.
you know.
Well, I'm
But
saying I'm saying she should like you know how like Alyssa does the loop combo in the short but the toe combo in the free.
so I think
I
here's
would
the thing.
be
I think I'm not saying I know a real information, but I think there might have been like a little bit of an ache with the left foot because she was
mm-hmm.
kind of avoiding a lot of those jumps in the practice.
Mm,
Like she wasn't doing as many sows toes and loops, or sorry, not loops,
mm-hmm.
but sows toes and axles in the practice, and is focusing more on like the toe jump, the right foot jumps.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there was kind of that was kind of the intention,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean I don't know. I have no information. Just that's
Yeah.
my thought process.
Well, they gave her the edge warning on both the
Yeah,
clutch combos, which is like generous.
but
But no warning on the second one in the free. Um,
one thing I really like about Isabeau is that she seemed really ambitious
mm-hmm.
after both programs. She was like talking to the press and she was like, I know there's a lot of work for me to do. And like she's not done. Like
I love
she said
that.
she's continuing and she said like she seems very motivated this summer to like I don't think she's gonna like let Isabeau or sorry, Amber and Alyssa like waltz all over her.
No,
Like she wants to
literally.
beat them, you know?
No, I love that. And I kind of saw it in her face. Like she came, she knew she had to step up to the occasion here at this Worlds. Like she knew there was a big opportunity for her to get a medal. And fourth
And
is
she was
great.
pretty
Fourth is great for
close.
her. You
I think
know,
she's slept on sometimes. Like
I
that the US women, I think
I
there's way
sleep on
more.
her. I sleep on her. I'm guilty.
I was saying to people before the Olympics, I was saying I was describing all the three women. I was like, Alyssa's probably the one I would bet the most on to get a medal. I was like,
Hmm.
she's the most consistent. She's like the most reliable of all of them.
Hmm.
And then there's Amber and Isabeau. And I was describing the two of them, and I was like, Amber has the highest ceiling, but she also has the lowest, like, like the lowest floor.
Hmm.
Like because she's so like vulnerable as a skater and very like up and down.
Hmm.
Isabeau, I would bet on sometimes. I think I would most of the times I'd bet on Isabeau more than Amber because Isabeau has that like same like Alyssa Liu mentality of like mental warrior, like isn't gonna let something jar her. Like she's very good at
Hmm.
fighting and getting through the programs and doing what she needs to do. And I think it makes sense here to see Isabeau like, above Amber. She has like that factor where you can't ever really count her out. Like I always called her like a cat with nine lives, which she
Hmm.
has like 50,000 of them. So
Literally. Well, good for her.
she wants to try the triple axel this summer too.
She has a nice axle.
Yeah, I could see it
I'm not writing it
potentially.
off.
I could see her try it, see what happens.
Hmm.
But all right, I'll let you take it away.
Me and Nolan might have a disagreement.
Okay. I don't think like Lena being third is like objectively wrong because I think she skated two clean programs. I do think, though, the calls that she got were very generous. And I'd be
Hmm.
interested to see where she was if they called the short program fairly as well as the free skate.
I will say she is prone to under rotating. I would say these two sets of programs are probably the cleanest rotated we've seen. Like I would have gone back and reviewed some that the panel did not review, but I
That's the
would
craziest.
that is just the no review is a little suspect.
Yeah. Like in the short program, definitely the Let's Toe for sure. And then in the short, or sorry, the long, the Let's Toe, probably the second Let's and maybe the second loop. But other than that, I felt the rest was pretty okay.
And I'm such a big fan of that free skate, and I think we all know this. So I mean, she has the musicality and the performance that like I'm looking for.
Hmm.
So obviously the jumps are another thing. Her spins are fantastic.
Yes.
Great
Yes.
spins. So I
Her
mean
skating
that adds up.
skills, I will say, she's like not the world's best skater in my opinion. Like skating
No.
skill wise, I would have her at like a 7.75.
Yeah, yeah, I think
I
that's
think that's pretty
generous.
like fair, but the presentation I think is like she does have
Hmm.
very good presentation, and
Hmm.
then the program I think the benefit of the program is like the ease of everything
Hmm.
is so like so serene and so just
Mm.
one cohesive movement that it gives this illusion of it being like this, you know, difficult, like complex program, but it's really just one nice, like breadth of movement throughout,
Hmm.
you know?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to see her getting more in the knee. I think that's what's really she'll land like a double axel on just like a straight leg.
Yeah, she
Um,
does. Sorry, I'm typing. I don't know if you
you're
can hear me
good.
typing.
And so yeah, I think the short program is not my favorite because I think there's just like a
I don't
disconnect
love the
between
costume
I don't
either.
like the costume. I think there's a disconnect between like the refinement that it requires
Hmm.
and the skating skills that she has.
But the free's
Um,
great.
free is fantastic. I have no notes on the
Best
free.
dress too.
No notes. No notes.
Best
So
dress. No notes. I'm very happy for her though,
I am
overall.
too. Can you imagine like if you were like she was just not on my list. Not on my
I
list
know. I think it's
whatsoever.
the most random. It's one of the most random bronze medalists like we've ever had, I
But I
think.
love it for her.
Yeah.
Great for Benoit.
Great for Benoit. Benoit had two on the podium.
He had more than that.
Um, you had Kaori.
Overall, I was like, whoa,
All right. Monet.
God.
I told you
mean,
all year this could be a 150 free,
oh yeah.
and it's finally happened.
Oh yeah. And I'm so happy about it. I it's just
She was on a mission.
The edge jumps were there. Everything was
The
there.
Lutz was the short program. I would have had her winning.
You think?
In the short,
And like what are you giving? Like what points are you giving over Kaori? Like where are you going
like
higher?
80, and then Kaori like 78, 77 maybe.
Where are you nixing Kaori? Or where are you like or where are you
On the
giving Monet more
steps, on the double out. Oh, sorry. Oh. Well, Mona Chiba won on all the spins, and she's winning on the steps for me.
correct? Yeah. Same.
And then I think her Lutz probably is a little bit nicer than
It
Cowie's.
is. It
The
is.
double axel Cowrie will get, even though it wasn't her best one in the short.
No, it wasn't.
But yeah, I'd have Mona Chiba winning. She's I think I'd have her win the presentation, be close in the composition, and be about point 0.5 behind on skating skills.
I think your skating skills they're neck and neck.
I
I
think
think there's a
there are different
refinement.
strengths of the two of them.
Yes, yes. I think the way Monet generates speed
Different
faster.
than Cowrie.
Yes. I think there's
Cowrie has
like,
like the raw power, and I think Monet really
yes,
uses her edges a little bit better
she does work.
to generate the
There's a
power.
refinement of edge, yeah, that I see in Monet and I think there's more complexity of turns as well.
I think that both are, yeah. I think Cowrie's program has a little bit more time to breathe in a positive way. And Monet's
Yeah.
is like a little more jam-packed, but it does still work very
hmm
cohesively well.
hmm
But I may wish she would have wore the pink dress in the free skate.
Same, 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 same.
But overall, I mean, she's going to be the number one rated skater next year. If you look at it,
And
she'll be
she
number one
deserves
in
it.
the,
She deserves
she,
it.
depending on what happens with Russia and all that, I think she could be very much in contention for a world title next year.
And I would
Even if they
love
come
that for
back, like
her.
her quality is very high.
Can we talk
So,
about that for a second?
yeah.
Is that time and place? Do we have time for that?
What are we talking about?
Just like if they were to come back and we're gonna see a truce of Valieva, like that's big news.
That is big news. Well, that is, if it comes out, we'll talk about it then.
But like I think we
I
yeah.
think Trusova, you can't mark her the same way that they did back then. Like, I think they have to be
No.
much more realistic with the skating skills. I don't know what they'll do. I really don't. We're really gonna have to see and wait. But
hmm
Valyeva will be competitive for sure, I
I
think.
think so.
Um, all right.
It's
Are you
it's
time to
time
say
to
goodbye?
say
I
goodbye.
love that song.
I made everyone watch like the live version that on YouTube, like the orchestral just like live
Oh,
performance of it.
yeah.
It has like over 100 million views
With
at the
Sarah
pregame.
Brightman and Andre
Yes, yes,
Bocelli.
yes, yes, yes. So good.
All right.
I've been singing it all weekend long.
Her, if you haven't, I went on an entire, I'll let you speak because I've said everything I wanted to say about Kaori. If you go back and listen
hmm
to the live show after the free skate, I talked for about 15 minutes about her, just
hmm
everything in her sport and what she's meant. So I would recommend go back and listening to that because I've said everything. I'm just gonna let you take the floor
Gosh,
here.
wow. Okay. No pressure. Are you talking about like probably the most
Decorated,
iconic and
one of the most
decorated
of the modern era.
of the time of since when I've been watching skating? Since I've started watching, this is the
The girl.
number one name like from start to finish that I've seen. Because like I came in like toward the back end of like Yuzu, Nathan, like
Mhm.
other women, like Carolina, but like this is the first I've seen from start
To
to
finish.
finish, and the run that she's had over 12 years almost. It's just so. I mean, there's just not enough words for me to describe the impact that she has on the sport and on myself and as a viewer. And I, such a sad goodbye, but I don't feel sad about it because I feel so full and I
With how
feel
it
with
ended,
how it
too.
ended and how accomplished she is.
And what
And
a way to go out, my God.
and deservedly so. It, I mean, the whole world is watching the pressure. She handles it all with such grace, the way she carries herself on and off the ice. And it's just, and yeah, just
I just,
the
yeah,
GOAT, greatest of all
nothing
time.
greatest of all time,
Yeah,
but
there's not much else to say. I don't have anything else new or
I just
insightful to
was
say other than just
insanely
wow.
watching both programs, watching just the little kiss before the triple loop at the
Mm.
end. I was like, oh, like
It's
just,
such a nice touch. And then I watched her like them playing the music whenever she's like during the after the medal ceremony and having that
yeah,
moment with Monet. And it's everyone wanted it for her.
yeah.
There's
We
no
are all
one
just, there's nothing better you could,
skater, all skaters wanted it for her.
so, well,
Wow. Well, it's time to say goodbye to this
it's time to
episode
say
because
goodbye to
we
this.
have been
We've
talking
been
for
for
almost
three
two.
hours, maybe two.
Oh, it is three. Holy, it is three.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put this out tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna release this today. It's Sunday at 7:20, and I think
Mm,
it probably would be better for us to just release this tomorrow. So
let's do that
we'll
afternoon.
do
Yeah,
that.
maybe. Mhm.
I'll put it out for like 3 or 4 tomorrow, and you all can catch up then. And Clayton, this is like it for the year. We made it through the Olympic
Wow.
season.
That is so crazy.
I can't believe it
Wow.
happened. And thank you all for tuning in to us all season and
Listening to our
listening to us talk
shenanigans.
about absolutely nothing all year.
Or something, but not, no, it's
Something, but
something,
not
but not
nothing.
nothing. It always is something, but not nothing.
Yeah, we have a lot planned for you guys this off season. We'll be back probably next week to do a little year in recap, kind of stuff like that. And
Mhm.
then we'll be back maybe mid-May.
Yeah,
Take
I'm
some time
soon.
off.
I'm excited for like a reset and like a fresh
Fresh
season.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm
But
ready
I have
for it.
some good ideas for the summer to keep you guys satiated, happy with
We
skating.
gotta keep them
We'll try to get some
satiated.
interviews. I'm excited for that. And um, yeah. Well,
Thanks. Yeah, thanks a million to everyone
yes,
watching.
thank you all.
Like,
Thank you, Clayton.
subscribe. Thank you, Nolan.
Everyone say thank you to Clayton in the comments below. He showed up
No,
all year. He was awesome. He watched Ice
I
Dance.
watched Ice Dance. I
He
watched
watched
Ice
Ice Dance
Dance.
for you guys.
Guys, and it was a lot. It was really taxing.
This
But
year
no,
and this summer we're going to teach him about pairs and dance from the
yeah,
90s.
it's
So,
gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so awesome. And well, thank you, Nolan, for having me always.
of
And
course,
Nolan, guys, Nolan does the heavy lifting of like planning all this mess out,
I try my best.
and I just hop. Nolan watches in real time almost always,
Almost always. Yeah, I
almost
try my
always.
best.
Like that is a lot of commitment, and that's at any time of the day. And
I will wake up at 2
I
a.m. to watch
pop
a
in.
skating event.
Yes, I pop in. I watch it on my time, and I show up and I
Yeah.
yap. So
Also,
Nolan's
we
in
want
it.
to say thank you so much to all of our co-hosts that have come on throughout the year, Cam, Maya, Alexa, and Kelly. All of them who have
Angels,
been
angels, angels, angels.
anyone who's been on here throughout the year. Just big shout out to you guys for coming and helping us out at some point throughout the season. And um, yeah, shout out to all of the viewers too. We wouldn't be here without you
God
guys.
no, God no.
We'd be talking to nobody. So
Yes. And well, we've made so many friends along the way, and like everyone, it's family here. We're all family.
yeah, it's a great community. And yeah, well, other than that, I think it's time to go because I'm ready to go eat dinner. But
Yes.
this has been the Blades and Banter 2025-2026 Olympic season. We're signing off. See you
Ugh,
soon.
bye, Nolan.
Bye, guys.